Bree spills tea, my goat. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. It is morning for you. How are you today? I just had a moment, Bree, where the last week and a half, Bree, I have had stream die multiple times. The same issues I've been having for the past about month and a half, where my bitrate goes to 0. And I believe, identified why it's been happening. And the answer is not encouraging. The answer is because I realized the solution for it. The solution has many problems, right? And so I was enabling the solution, as I often do. And there was a realization as I changed over OBS to a new OBS when I saw this issue happening, and I did a little research, and long story short, all this rambling summarized, I think my internet provider, the internet company, I think they're secretly throttling me. They've said they haven't been, but there's no other technical explanation. I think that they're throttling my streams. I think that I'm doing like so much data consumption or whatever, because you have to think, in my village, I am the only person doing any amount of I'm the only person having this level of internet load of anyone in my village. I get gigabit internet from them, but I'm the only person who's using this much bandwidth. No one else is doing, in my village's streaming. No one else is, doing anything more intense than that on their network. And so it makes sense that they're kind of secretly throttling me, And that would finally explain, because there was no explanation, And I thought to myself, okay, I'm moving. Well, you know what? I'll reinstall OBS and everything for my move so that all these issues I've been having are guaranteed not to happen now that I'll have fiber internet. Well, you don't need to, oh no, I'm so sorry, because remember something, I'm moving. And so tomorrow, well, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I might not even stream because I have some doctor appointments. But in the next 2-3 days, I move into my new place in the capital, which has fiber internet. And that's the capital where people have higher internet loads. So I've just identified that my internet provider in the village has been doing this to me. But it seems like that's about to not be a problem anymore, right? In theory, because I'm about to move to the capital and a new internet provider that gave me fiber. And the fiber is already installed, by the way. My friend went, I was on the FaceTime the whole time. Yeah, let's go indeed. So I might have no more problems ever again. It's because it's funny. I just spent all this time, the last 2.5 hours, setting up a new OBS, thinking, oh, that'll fix my issues, only to realize, wait, it's still happening. And then I identified something very specific, and long story short, but yeah, so thank you for offering to help in the Discord. You offered that so long ago as well. You have always offered that, and I am very appreciative. I probably will take you up on it. Right now I'm super busy, so it won't happen now, but I'll probably hit you up soon and ask your advice on a handful of things for stream setup, and not to take too much of your time or anything like that, of course, but just just ask your advice on some things that you have set up, which I would love to have set up. And especially with me moving to the capital and streaming becoming more of a part of my life, right, and more of a serious thing, there's some things you're aware of, which I'm sure you can just easily go, oh, Dan, just this, just you want to do this, you want to do that, and then I'll figure it out. But anyway, it's great to see you, Bree. Thank you for stopping by. What's on your docket for the day? It's what, Friday morning, so I assume you have work today. Chris, with the morning. Hello, Chris. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Hello, my friend. For those who are unaware, yesterday's stream was cut short, not because of only my internet issue, but I doxed myself live on stream. I don't know if you saw Bree in the Discord. I had an internet issue. I went to fix it, and the way I went to fix it essentially leaked my IP address, passwords, everything. You know, it's surprising my social security number wasn't on there. It was pretty much everything but that. Like it was the worst leak of all time because Windows 11 is made by true demons, okay? And so I leaked everything. I had to delete all the VODs. The VODs are gone. I did upload. I downloaded them first, and then I edited the VOD to edit out the part missed. I uploaded that to my YouTube VOD channel. It's the only thing on there now. Bree says, of course, got settled in your new place and do what you need to do for us to be around. Today's work indeed. Well, have a good day at work. Hopefully it is gone in a flash. I'm doing good. Just woke up and chilling, says Chris. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day today. I hope you eat a good breakfast. But yeah, so I edited that VOD. I cut out the last minute, basically cut out that thing. So now that's on YouTube, on my dedicated VOD channel, which again, I'm going to get into uploading stuff too. I'm glad you caught that and took those down. Yeah, I was hoping at first, I was like, well, maybe because the internet issue, it didn't show up, but it was there. And so I don't know. At the time, there were 11 people watching. And so it's questioned. I don't think anyone noticed it. I think because of the lag that people would have been experiencing during that internet issue, I don't think anyone would have caught the leak, right? It seems like no one caught it when it happened. So, you know, hopefully that's not an issue later. But yeah, and so you know what sucks about that is it's like the income from the day, like from being in the Rumble Creator Program, it deletes the income. So basically, because that happened, it's like my day's work gone. But I had to delete the VOD. It was, you know, that was like the worst possible scenario. It's funny, that's the first time that's ever happened to me. It's something that famously happens to streamers, like at least once in their lifetime. A streamer will accidentally leak something horrific and have to delete the VOD. So, you know, it's life, and, you know, we learn. We live and we learn. It won't happen again, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, there's a lot of reason to be hopeful. All the stuff for the move got pushed back a day, because today was a lot of family stuff and unexpected, some drama with people, and then trying to help those people who really just didn't want to be helped in the end. And so it's like just a waste of time. Classic life type of stuff, you know. But yeah, I need to test all of the chats, so I'm gonna do that. I just opened my stream after all, and I've been yapping here, so I'm gonna hit him with a morning over on Kick. Let's see. Okay, let's see if that is good. Is it good? Uh-oh. I don't think it's good, folks. It is not appearing, chat. That's not good. Let me see what's going on here. The chat is not working, seemingly. Hold on. Might have to restart the multi-chat. Unusual. Let me do it again. Let me just see if I just missed my message. Chat. Sorry, this is... I haven't experienced a multi-chat issue like this in a long time, so kind of unexpected. Everything, all my chat services say they're on. Sorry, folks. This is unusual, to say the least. I'll get it sorted, though, just in a moment, because worst case, I just have to force close out of my stream multi-chat. Okay. Yeah, it's not working at all. All right, well, then I am going to. If you say anything in the chat, I'm unlikely to see it because I'm about to force close out of my multi-chat tool. There we go, it's closed. If you say anything in the chat, I am not seeing it. Now I am loading my multi-chat back. Service is active. Activate, 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 and then finally YouTube. Okay, now it should be working in theory. I just restarted the application there. Moment of truth. If you're in the chat, if you could say anything, I would appreciate it, and we'll see if it actually works. Okay, let me hit him with a morning. Come on, please work. There we go. Okay, just restarting it. That did the trick, folks. Chris with the test. Okay, I can see your test as well. Okay, it's working. Thank you, Chris. Ooh, yeah, the chat died for a second there. That is an unusual thing that just happened. See, that's a scary one. We had it during this the birthday marathon stream, if y'all remember, because everyone thought I had finally cracked. Everyone thought that I'd broken apart and I had lost my sanity. That was a very funny thing that happened. Because the multi-chat had died on my end, but not on y'all's end. And so I wasn't seeing anyone's messages, and I thought everyone had just given up on me. And I was so out of it. At that point, I'd been awake so long, I was so out of it, that I was just like, yep, everyone hates me now. You know? It was just so funny. I'm going to hit a morning here just because I got to test all the chats. So I'm going to put another morning, even though we were using the Twitch chat earlier. There we go. That's nice. That's working. Check out YouTube. There we are. Change the quality. Beautiful. I hit him with a, some would call it, a morning. Boom. Just like that, folks. Just like that. We've got 3 out of 4 mornings. We are close. We are close to being there, folks. Prepare yourselves. It's an exciting time. It's an exciting day. It's a day where hopefully the stream works perfectly fine. It won't shock me if it doesn't. Either way. But we're moving, so all issues should no longer matter. Rather, they won't happen anymore in theory. In theory. Here we go. Thank you, Chris, for liking the stream. I really appreciate it. Likes go a very long way for me, genuinely. Okay. And I don't need a test there because Chris already did for me because he typed in the chat. So thank you for that. Okay. And then, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! All right, we're good. We are good to go. Can I see, though? Do I need I maybe need to wipe my glasses off real quick before we start. I'm like a little blind today. Chat, I'm so excited. 4 more days, and I have my eye doctor appointment with a real eye doctor for the first time in 7 years. And I'm going to actually be able to see again for the first time in 7 years. I'm extremely excited. It's going to be incredible, chat. You know, my gameplay is going to really change. Honestly, I could get a lot worse at gaming for a little bit there as I get accustomed, because I've trained and learned how to play these games while being basically very much unable to see the screens. And so it's, yeah, I learned how to play the games while playing against, you know, where the screen was and everything was blurry. Now that it's going to be a sharp picture once I get those glasses, I'm going to have to kind of relearn things, you know? I think overall I should be better at gaming, but like there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve because, like I said, it's been 7 years like this. I mean, to be fair, it's been like, I'd say about 3-4 years. In the last 3-4 years is where my eyesight has really declined. Saturn, hello, hello. How are you today, Saturn? It's wonderful to see you. Folks, I'd ask anyone who has me in the background who was watching stream today, I'm going to send a ping out in the Discord about this specifically, but today is a day to watch and tell me if anything is wrong on the stream, because I've redone OBS from the ground up. Turns out maybe it was unnecessary, but what's done is done, and so I need to be told if anything is incorrectly set up, if you hear lag, if my audio isn't great. Anything, folks. I would love to hear about it. Oh, chat. I'll tell you what, the internet is a brutal place. Saturn says, I'm good in you. I'm doing great, Saturn. I just ate some Michelin star quality baked mac and cheese, which I need to remember. Let me write a note to myself here. I had a little bit too salt in it. A little bit too much salt in it. I need to fix that. But it's very slight. Because honestly, even though it was too salty, I would have much rather did that situation than it being under-salted, because the salt brings out so much. Because I had MSG to my, mac and cheese. Incredible, by the way. It's not any kind of mac and cheese you could imagine, really. It's got bacon in it. It's got chicken in it. You bake it in the oven. Got a thick crust. It looks more like a lasagna when you take it out, It's surprising. Very French-inspired cuisine, one could say. It's my own recipe. It is just, think of it like just an elevated mac and cheese. It is just like mac and cheese, but what if it was Michelin star mac and cheese, All right. We have the sun in our eyes, folks, because the blinds and stuff have been moved to the new house in the capital. So I don't have any blinds, so I've just got sun directly into my eyeballs. Here we go. Glasses have been cleaned, ladies and gentlemen. Glasses cleaned. All right, let me put away the cleaning cloth. And we're going to get right to it, folks. We are going to just jump in. And we're going to make a game plan for the day. Okay. Go. Carefully folding my glasses cleaning cloth and putting it away. It'll be nice when I'm on webcam and I no longer have to narrate my actions and you can just see what I'm doing and know what, So you're not gonna be like, Dan, are you just sitting there doing nothing? And I don't have to narrate it. You'll see that I'm, what I'm doing. Oh, that'll be the day. Soon, chat. That day is coming very soon. Okay, these to the side. Okay. Go. Just to the side. Scream I had in the background. Right. I need a note to self here. Very slightly lower salt content. Okay. Note written. Let's get to it, folks. Here. Oh, almost forgot. Let me open up our DS3 guide. And hey, Saturn with the watch streak. I love to see that. It always makes me happy. I really appreciate y'all who come back over and over and over again. Open the live split counter. I'll take a moment to load. Hold on, folks. It's interesting because live split is basically like just a timer, yet it is the most intense application that exists for some reason. All right. Why am I opening the timer, honestly? I have no reason to have this open right now. Because today we're practicing bosses, and so we're not actually doing a speed run today. In fact, let me quit out of the game. Let's open the sandbox version. There we go. Chat, I cannot wait to move into this place. I'm so nervous and excited at the same time, Your boy got the nerves. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, ping has been sent. Boom. Publish that. There you go. Don't know what it does still to this very day. Live and alive, and I'm going to read this out so that anyone who doesn't get the ping but is listening knows. Live and alive and huge test today. Please tell me if anything is off at all with stream, look, sound, lag, pixelation, and so on. Anything at all, no matter how small, let me know, please. Okay? That is the name of the game today, is I have completely redone all my everything. And so I need to know if something is up. And I need to know pretty quickly after it happens. All right, folks. So if anyone, don't be afraid to shout out. And listen, if you're wrong, it's okay. It is okay. All right. A lot of people are like, well, maybe it's just me, and then they don't say whatever they're seeing. Don't do that. It's okay if it's just you. What I mean is don't do that as in don't keep it to yourself. Even if it's just you, tell me and we'll see, Let's confirm. This is a better safe than sorry kind of environment. Let me have a swig of this water and let's game. Ray says it'll be difficult for me to point out pixelation because I'm on my phone. Well, no worries about that. And same goes to anyone. Just point out anything at all, right? If you see anything, yeah, obvious stuff. There's a chance you won't see anything because everything is set up fine. I think there's a good chance of that, in fact. Ladies and gentlemen, video game. But you never know, and so we gotta see, because when I turned out OBS on and I saw my bitrate at hovering around 200, I was like, oh boy. Of course, we got a strong 8K now because of a little fix I implemented, which essentially I'm tricking my internet service provider, who is trying to steal the value of what I pay for, which is not, they're not supposed to be able to throttle me like that, but, who's going to stop them? Alrighty. So, I did post a note to self in the Discord, actually. Let me grab that note real quick. Hold on. I have to reopen the Discord here. Posted it yesterday after stream when everything went wrong. I continued checking the stuff. Let's see. Copy. Here it is. The time it took us for each boss that were problematic. So Wolnir 16 minutes, Deacons of the Deep took us 13 minutes to fight, Pontiff 25 minutes, Dancer 22, Twin Princes hour 8, and Soul of Cinder, the hardest boss, was only 12 minutes. That's the shortest boss on that list, but he still gets practiced because he's hard. All right, what do we got? I hear a text. Ooh. That's an interesting person to text. That's just somebody telling me that they're back in the country. That if they were out in Russia for a bit there. Okay. Very good. I'll respond to them later. Okay, so. Twin Princes are who we have the most problem against. So why don't we go to Firelink Shrine? And what's going to happen now is we're going to do a little practice. Now, Twin Princes, I have a fully upgraded Wind Blade set, right? I have plus 25 Twin Blades for the fight. Little walk glitch. Sharp Cell Sword Twin Blades. Here we go.
Prithee, be careful.
Prithee, be careful. All right, and what am I missing? This. And we need to learn to do this resinless, for sure. The rings, the wind blades. There we go.
Well, very well, then hey.
I can just use this for now. I think it's like 29 or something. I don't know. It's kind of irrelevant. I know this is 44.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Also, max flasks, okay. Chat. Any problems so far? Anyone notice any problems so far? That was a trick question. There is a problem. I just noticed it. Chat, do you notice that the at the top of the screen, the timer is completely misaligned with the entire screen right now? Does anyone else notice that? All right, we're gonna fix that. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Uno momento, por favor. We are gonna go ahead and fix that. How do we fix that? Live split. I see. How did this happen? Chat, if you see anything else like this, where it is not correctly positioned on the screen, please let me know. Because it's possible that you'll find something is not correctly positioned on the screen, and I really will need to know that, okay? Pretty please. Just let me know. If if anything is not correctly positioned. Right now it should be live split in the top. Underneath you have your view numbers directly underneath the live timer bar. Actually, let me maybe put that just a little bit up. That was stupid. I should how it is. It should perfectly fit now. I mean, you can see the view count. It's not. I don't need to move the view count. The number perfectly shows under it, right? I think everything is good. Okay. I think it's good enough. Okay, let's turn the preview off. There we go. Put this back in the corner of my screen here. Bitrate is going a little wonky, but not in a worrying way. Whew. Okay, I think we're good now, chat. Twin princes, where are they? Lorien and Lothric, that's it. Unlike our prior practice, we are going to not use resin. So I believe this is what our build will look like. Okay. Now, we'll have lightning resin in the real version, but I need to be good enough to kill them without it. Just in case things go horribly wrong. You're kidding. I was wondering if I could outrun him to the door. Nice.
But you may rest here too, if you like.
Oh, that's a start. Do I even practice this? I'm not going to. I'm going to assume I'll die the first time. Like, I could practice, like, how to fight him when I just walk in first, but this is how I should be practicing him. I should assume I'll die the first time. If we get incredible at this game, we get, like, where we're almost, you know, ready to start going for the world record and stuff. I don't see that happening. But at that point, then... just didn't want me to lock on there. This fight is all about learning how to get behind this guy. You're kidding. Come on. Being very aggro. You want to get behind him because phase 2 is considerably harder. Phase 1 is free. Phase 2 is considerably harder, and you can only damage him from the back in phase 2. Because his brother's there. Bro. Okay, this is a, what do you call, a little reaction time is a little slowly right now. My reaction time is slow currently. Because we're just waking up to gaming. We're getting our head together. Go. Heal. Very nice. You see? Gotta hit him on the back. You hit him any other way, and it's just gonna make his bar, as you can see, his bar goes down, his brother's doesn't. And he is a zombie. He'll just infinitely revive. That is his worst move he can give you, by the way. That where he teleports and then into a drop attack on you. That is the absolute worst move you can get. It's very fast, and it's a one-shot pretty much, even at full health. A notorious attack. So you walk in, you walk backwards. That caused him to teleport in place and not teleport behind you. Boom. Boom. That was a reaction time check, and I failed it. Boom, boom. Heal. Always afraid of getting trapped in the pillars. It's just that quick backhand. Yeah. It's just him perfectly queuing up the teleport. Or he's perfectly queuing up. Like, there's some level of, like, RNG sometimes where, like, oh, I'm going to perfectly queue up this move, which perfectly punishes your heal. And you'd think, oh, it's like an animation read. Like, he's reading that's what I'm doing. But no, he's not, because he's starting that move, like, microsecond before I start. This is a nice one. This might be my favorite move, because you get all those punishes on him, and it's free. Again, that is a one-shot, but that is a free move to dodge because he gets in the air and it's so slow and telegraphed. Hey, Manster, thank you so much for the follow. And good to see you here again. You were a very good presence yesterday. It was nice having you around. Great to see you again. Thank you so much for that follow. We're just getting into it today on this cusp of this big move. IRL. So feeling a little nervous, I guess. Good morning, good morning. How are you today? One, two, get ready to dodge. Nice. Boom. Okay. Of course, he teleports the instant I do that. There we go. That's also, I've learned a pretty nice move right there. But morning to you, Manster. Yeah, folks, I'm just a little bit... Oh, Manster, I changed my stream setup. It should be identical, but if you notice anything different, like my audio sounds off, pixelation, stream lag, stuff like that, please let me know. Thanks. FYI, it's pronounced monster. I'm well, and yourself. Oh, like monster. Okay, thank you for correcting me. Monster. All right, I won't forget that. I'm doing well. I'm nervous about this move across the country to the capital. And the next, we've got internet set up. Everything is mostly moved. But okay, that's not good. Oh, golly gee, chat. There we go. We got turned around there. It was a little scary. Boop. One. Stamina. I have barely done any damage to him, chat. As you can see, I'm only hitting... I'm hitting the wrong guy. He's going to hit teleport kill me. Nope. Okay, good. Whew. There we go. Getting any hits off on him that don't also hit his brother, not good. 1, 2. Okay. Oh, let me go. I had to completely let him reset, chat. Unfortunate. I really wanted to hit him and maybe kill him, but like, we need to not be greedy. There we go. Whew. I don't know what that move is called. I mean, it's just like a soul spear. Woo! That is also for faith. Worst move. All right, we got him. You think we got him? There we go. But yeah. Anyway, Sadix says, Dan the man with the plan. What's happening? Da na 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 na. Sadix, love to have you here. Because today I have totally changed over my OBS, my stream basically setup. So I'm looking for people who are cool to... I shouldn't have done that, by the way, chat. Now it's going to spawn me differently. Anyway, I'm looking for people who are around often enough to know if something is wrong. And just tell me if any of the audio sounds off today, if you see any lagging, pixelation, anything in my setup is wrong. Like, for example, we realized the live split at the top was in the wrong side of the screen. Anything is off at all. I'm cool. How truly is frozen over? How so? Are you saying as in temperature? Or you're just talking about the news of the world? Because that could mean a lot of different things. How are you, how are you doing, Sadix? It's really good to see you, as always. Bro, I just had my bacon chicken baked mac and cheese. Unbelievably good. I realized I have a little too much salt. Unbelievably good. So good, dude. It is genuinely... I cannot wait to share the recipe. Monster says, so far, so good. Okay, I really appreciate that info. It's one of those things where I have this very complex... I mean, it's not too complex. Mac and cheese recipe, which I can't wait to make a video on. It does use 8 grams of a jarred tomato sauce, is the thing. Which kind of invalidates it. It's just 8 grams of it. It's like a small bit, man. But it's like, I kind of feels like I should be making my own tomato sauce from scratch if I'm making a YouTube video on cooking, right? Like, I just buy this sauce. And I know, like, the full recipe it's so detailed and so much stuff. And it's Michelin star quality. And it's just this one thing where it's just 8 grams of this tomato sauce to give it a flavor. Because it's mac and cheese. It's not the tomato sauce is supposed to be a subtle hint, a note. But the issue is here in my country, I don't know how I'd get San Marzano tomatoes to make my own sauce. You know? Bree says Discord cooking recipe channel. I need that. Yes. That is a fantastic idea. 100%. Sadix says, I'm good. I'm off today. And I just woke up. So far, so good. Now, you could mean 2 things by that, Sadix. I assume you mean I'm off today as in I'm off from work. Because I often will tell people I'm off today when I'm not feeling well. So I assume you mean you're off from work and not that you're just not feeling great, right? Because you do say so far so good. I hope you enjoy your day off. But yeah, Bree, that is a brilliant idea. A cooking recipe channel. It's not even like it's vital. So here's how I'll do this boss in the real one. Blah, and then I go here. Like this. Maybe this is how I would do it. Let's see. Just to get the fog wall up and to get the spawn correct. I think this is the way we're going to do it in the run. We do a little quit out. I'm going to go like this. All right. Come on, bud. Boom. You have to be ready because he's slow most of the time, but he has these very quick slash punishes, backhand attacks. And that is just the reaction check of this fight. Woo! Okay, let's get out of there. Recenter. I should have gone for 2. Dangerous. Ooh, the delay, man. He is being hyper aggressive right now, by the way. The delay teleports, chat. Clean. Siddiq says, is there a way to order the tomatoes to your new place in the capital, then bring them back with you to the village? Or is there not enough time for that? For sure not enough. Too busy. I can see that too. Yeah. But in the capital, I'll be doing the cooking streams and stuff. And so like, I'm going to be ordering stuff. I'm going to learn how to order stuff. But produce, I don't know how to import produce, man. Because I am in one of the most remote regions in the world in terms of like how things get here. My country. And so it's kind of problematic for like, if I need unique ingredients that are like produce. Like, I can figure everything else out. Also, it is highly expensive. He's hiding behind a chair, folks. I don't know. See, Sadix, we're going to have to figure these things out. That almost hit me. All right, come on. Is he stuck on a corner right now? What's happening? Bro, he's doing all those stall moves. Come on. Can we please stop stalling? Okay. I did not expect that he was about to do that. So I queued up my dodge and then he went into nose. It was like a frame perfect mistake I made. It was a mistake though. That was pretty good. It's funny because in the speedrun, in our first speedrun attempt official, it took us 1 hour 8 minutes to kill the twin princes, and today we killed them second try, I think. Or was it not? For all I know, I'm 80 tries in. That's the problem with my short-term memory being as bad as it is that I'll often say things that just aren't true. And I won't realize that I'm, you know, saying something that's not factual. It's just, I don't remember. Boom. 1, 2, dodge. Dodge. Uh-oh. He tried me against the wall. Oh, come on, man. I'm starting to be able to read, though, when that happens. Okay. Very bad move. Yep. That's why. Very bad move because it caused me to run out of stamina doing that follow-up. I should have never taken it. You see, that's the perfect hit. I want to get behind him, hit him. Because good old Mikolo over here loves to get on his back. The dream is whenever he doesn't do this teleport in the scripted phase start, so that you can actually fight him and you don't have to run around for a while. You see, missed his brother. Woo! 1 HP in a dream. That was I don't know. I'm watching the replay cam. That was the longest heal animation I've ever had. That felt like that healing animation was longer than usual. That was weird. Like, he teleported twice in the time that I healed. I don't know about that, chat. That was bizarre. So run backwards, cause him to teleport in place, and begin. 1, 2. Boom. Boom. Oh no. Okay, that was just too early, I guess. It can't help you right now, but for the future, try to make friends with some restaurant cooks and owners for later. In the capital, there's a billion restaurants, so that's definitely the place to do it. I had a working relationship with some of the cooks at Ken's Barbecue a while back. Spicy barbecue sauce that isn't sold in the stores, they would give them the money and they'd order. Bro, very good. You make a good recommendation because I'm going to give you an example of something. I mean, I know how to fix this now. Worcestershire sauce, however you pronounce it. It is a vital cooking ingredient to have, right? It is so crucial in so many dishes, and it's a game changer. Well, guess what they don't have in this entire country? There is no Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce, whatever, in this entire country, chat. None. Except, obviously, in restaurants use it when in cooking. And so if I knew some restaurant owners, I could just ask them, hey, hook me up, and it would be that easy. Instead of what I'm going to have to do, which I'm going to have to import it from like Russia. But yeah, Sadix, you're right. What I should do is try and like, basically my docs are going to be out there in terms of the country I'm in. But when I'm more stable and official, basically I need to be in a position where if the government comes to me and says, Dan, you're streaming, you're showing our country, I need to be able to say yes and be like fully settled. So in the capital, I'll have that. But once I'm there, maybe I'll go and I'll interview some restaurant owners, show them off for stream, you know, to show like the local cuisine or whatever, right? And I can use that as an excuse to make relationships with the restaurant owners. I've thought about this a lot because the food here is very unique, incredible. Monster says, will you have room or an area with plenty of light for patio tomatoes? Bro, oh, that's such an idea you just had there. Sadix says, I've never learned how to properly pronounce. I think the properly way is Worcestershire. I grew up saying Worcestershire, but it's Worcestershire, I believe. That's a great idea, Monster. I have a backyard that has plenty of light. Tomatoes are hard, but see, the thing is I want San Marzanos. Can you grow your own San Marzano tomatoes? This might sound stupid, everyone. What do we think? Can you grow your own, like, San Marzano style tomatoes? Obviously, that would be the dream. I could just have, like, a tomato... I think orchard is the wrong... Sorry, I was too busy focusing on tomatoes. An orchard is the wrong word for tomatoes. What is it called? A field of tomatoes? Anyone? Because I could set up like a whole farm of tomatoes in my backyard. That'll also be some little fun content. Maybe. That'd be fun to show stream. Tomatoes are notoriously hard to grow. Stubborn things very often go wrong with them. It's like I just need to get... We always called them tomato fields. Yeah, that's probably it. It's probably that simple. I could order San Marzano seeds probably, right? Or did they keep those guarded closely? Anyone know? But Monster, you do bring up an interesting thought, which is I can grow all sorts of stuff. I have a yard. Now, I had a yard here. It's very normal in my country also. I'd say about 50% of homes that have a yard at all will basically turn their yard into a farm. People do not waste space here. So if you have like, nobody has an open yard and they just hang out, it's like, no, everyone, they turn that into a farm. It doesn't matter if you are like, you know, I lived in when I was rich years ago and I owned my companies and I first came here and I had a mansion, a huge yard, and the entire yard was it was just a farm, you know, and that's just how it is. Okay, huge info in the chat. Sands are a variety of Roma tomato. They're only true sands when they come from a specific region. I've grown some, and they're nearly identical to Romas. Interesting. Here, I don't know. I don't know how. So let me explain what the weather is like here. If anyone here has lived in like New York, the weather here, I would say, is akin to almost upstate New York. Suburbs of Chicago is the weather year-round here. And the seasons are about identical. And the humidity is about identical. Didic says, I've never looked, but I'll have to. Beefsteak and Romas are the popular ones here. The thing is, I want to make, you know, really good tomato sauces. Basically marinara sauces. I use a touch of marinara as a secret ingredient in a lot of my recipes. I use this Italian as you know, it's funny because Barilla is seen as like trash in the West, especially, and they like, you know, Barilla is like as basic as it gets, right? But Barilla has a more higher quality stock that they make, and it's, you know, it's in Italy, and they use higher quality ingredients. And there's a Barilla tomato sauce called Basilico that they export to a handful of Russian-speaking countries, you know, and it is like a much higher quality sauce, and it's very nice to cook with. And I use like a little bit of that as a secret ingredient in a lot of my cooking. And so if I could just make my own marinara, it would be huge. But like that stuff is luxurious. I mean, I've been eating tomato sauce my entire life. in large quantities, you know? And so I know this is definitely the best I ever had in my whole life. And outside of like fancy Italian restaurants. Anyway, these are all things to think about. I mean, it is warming up here, of course. All things to think about. But there's a lot to figure out just like that in the new place in the capital of like how I can order certain things, how I can get things in. Because when I last lived, I lived in the capital. I've been in the village now for about 3 years, a little bit over 3 years now. 3 years, a couple months. When I lived in the capital for the years prior to that. And back then, the capital was, I mean, it was much nicer than the village. Don't get me wrong. It had more amenities, but not that much, you know? But now, chat, the capital city of my little Central Asian country is like fancy schmancy. If I want to order stuff from other countries, I can do it pretty easily. They have all sorts of unique, exquisite merchandise from all over the world imported. You have import stores for food products, you know, herbs and spices. I mean, it is kind of the transformation of the capital city into this like metropolis. I don't know. It's like a, I don't know. It's like a big city in America now, honestly. It's shocking. And so I got to get set up with figuring out everything there. You can get sand seeds everywhere online. They had tomatoes up until, ooh, that's good to know. Tomatoes up until January this year when they died from freeze, right? As long as above 40, the room types will survive. I mean, the winters here get cold as New York does, you know? So they get cold. So, but I could grow stuff outside of winter, of course. I grew up growing, I didn't grow. My father did. You know, he had a huge garden, and he was very intense about his tomatoes and his various vegetables and fruit or whatever. But we grew up growing stuff like that, but I have no memory of it. How long does it, since we have people in the chat who know, Monster, how long does it take for the cycle from planting the tomato until I can harvest it? Like, what kind of timetable are we talking about? That'd be really good info to have. I forgot to do the trick, but I become good enough that I don't need to do that anymore. There we go. I maybe could have gotten a third in there. A third hit. I mean, that'd be the ultimate greed, though. Because I have a very low hitless. 90 days seed to fruit? Really? That is very short. 3 months? That... Okay, so that's a lot more viable than I would have thought. I didn't mean to do that, chat. I just used my ash accidentally. Heal. Nice. You see that combo, chat? He does that, and then he did that attack, so I got frame trapped. The second I did my heal. Perfect combo, chat. That'll happen sometimes. Sometimes the RNG just lines up like that. We usually start seed indoor when temps are still low and then put it in ground. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. It would be like right now when I need to get to it, but I got a lot on my plate right now to be thinking about it. That's something to back burner, because that's a very good idea. To be honest, they're missing so... Well, see, I used to say this. They're missing so much stuff in my country. I'd love to import and, like, start. But the truth is now, are they missing this stuff? I don't know. I'll see when I mean, we're going to learn when we're in the capital. I'm going to, you know, go around and see, like, what do we have now? That was a tight dodge, but I got it. One, two, hitless. That's 2 hitless phase 1s in a row. We wait here. You see that one shot, chat? That's why that's the worst move that exists. It just, if it gets you, that's it. It's over. No chance. Full health doesn't matter. I wonder if I like leveled to a lower stat of Dex and just like went more for Vig, it would be worth it. It really isn't, because that just promotes bad playing. All right. Our reaction timing is getting nice. Missed. Ooh. Like, look at that. That's very tight, just reaction check. Okay. And I've gotten good enough where I can, like, analyze where I've made a mistake, and I can quickly do a double dodge to fix it. Hitless again. No, that's 3 hitless in a row, by the way, for phase 1. I'd say we've got this. It's just phase 2 we got to get down. No worries. The biggest concern is pH. Tomatoes like slightly acidic soil or solution. Interesting. Okay, they grow very well in hydroponic or hybrid hydro.
I'm on my way.
That sounds like so much to figure out, but like, it's something to think about. Because the way I am always thinking, also that was, I don't know why I did that. His initial opening attack was still going after me, so why did I needed to just be dodging, but I didn't. That's my bad. It's so much. It's like, there's only so much time in the day. Like this is like, this sounds incredible, right? But like, then I think to myself, is it just better to set up an importing operation, basically? Because here's the thing, folks. Remember, I'm going to open my own restaurant, right? And it's going to be an America restaurant. So, an America store. Right? Not just a restaurant, but also half import store. Now, mostly it'll be American imports, but it'll also have a section for just other great things in the world that don't exist here, right? Okay, stamina. Stamina bobanima. There we go. And so, it's like, is it just better that I focus my efforts on, like, figure out how to import, like, San Marzano tomatoes, or, like, do I grow? Because then it's a different, like, reality. Because I'm not the kind of person who really does hobbies for hobby's sake. I mean, I like hobbies, but I'm just always been the kind of guy who, like, I like to make a business out of my hobbies. Always have. You know, even when I was a kid and I just loved Yu-Gi-Oh, right? That was my hobby. I had to make a business out of it. And so I'd buy and sell the cards, even when I was a child. You know, it's just everything. I've never in my life really had a hobby which I didn't monetize, basically. Which some would say is sad, but it's part of the fun of it to me. It's like an extra layer of, like, the business is part of the hobby to me. For, like, everything. And turning things into businesses. Bro, he is just setting this stuff at me non-stop, bro. I've never had him send that at me so many times. But anyway, all that to say, like, so if I start growing tomatoes, you think I'm just going to want to do that? Like, no, I'm going to want to make that a business. All right, that was just a one punish. Be smart. Heal. You know, I'm gonna want to, like, start selling those tomatoes. You know, add those to my store. Dude, she does so much more damage. We got one of those here. It functions as both a Mexican restaurant and store. Exactly. Monsters, in your situation with the move, I wouldn't even consider trying till next year. Yeah, that's what it feels like, but it's always an option later. Here's the thing. I got a lot of connections around here. I'll give you an example. My homie is a cattle rancher, right? And he's dabbled in farming. I'm no longer doing the trick anymore. At this point, I'm just fighting him straight up. And honestly, better. And so, like, I could do a little farming of, like, unique products. you just have to remember, chat, it's that I'm in a very poor country that is becoming wealthier every day, don't get me wrong. Like, the capital is an example of that. But, like, I can't offer products that are too, like, where my margins will, I need a high profit margin, basically, to offer any product. And I mean, most likely, because it's not because I want to earn a lot of money, but because a lot of stuff is not going to move. You know? I don't know. It's definitely a tightrope to walk. Like, the burgers I sell at the restaurant will be as cheap as humanly possible. I'm talking about a double cheeseburger for $1.50 type of situation. You know? All right, so I get over to the side so I can fully walk. There we go. Game on. Okay, that was a good method. Get behind him. Deal. That was a wild chain attack he just did after doing that move. Okay, we're in a very strange position right now. Oh, I'm starting to learn when that comes, but it's so infrequent. I thought he was going to do a chain attack, which is what just happened. But I got hit there. As you can see, he is... Dude! Okay, so I need to really come from the other side. Heal, heal, run. Got him. Nice! But like... Dude. I'd love a large store, obviously. I'll have to start small though, right? Because it's not like I'm gonna... Like, here opening a store is cheap. You rent a space, you hire employees, you open a little restaurant, all that stuff, right? It's not that much. Yes, exactly. It's not that much, okay? It's like 10 times less than in like America or whatever. But if you go, you know, if I can't afford a huge space, I don't know. There's so much I could do here. I just want this country, which I love, to have all the wonderful flavors that the country I also love, America, and grew up in, has. You know what I mean? I want the people here to be able to taste and experience the things that I profess. So, above all, that's a burger and fries that really are a cut above, which they have here, but again, not like smash burger, not like a real American smash burger. And pizza. Which again, here they have incredible pizza. There's a lot of Italian, you know, there's like multiple Italian pizza chef, whatever, who retired from Italy here. And so there's incredible Italian pizza, but you want a New York slice, there's not a good New York slice in the entire country. Monster says the one nice thing about tomatoes and other fresh cooking ingredients, they always give you volunteers. They always give you volunteers the next season. They always give you volunteers the next season. What do you mean by that? They always give you volunteers the next... maybe I'm a little bit stupid. Yeah, I'm very stupid, Chad. I'm in a stupor. I'm a little bit stupid. I'm sorry if I... You know, I often... My brain doesn't work. Cilantro is there. I see the word cilantro. I didn't read your message, though, yet, because I'm... It'd be really nice to be able to prove a concept to kill this guy from a first encounter without having died once to him, where I have, like, reset the arena. Because if I can just fight him straight up and not have to do any gimmicks, that's kind of nice. Go. Focus, focus. Where are you? Okay, that was a weird double teleport he did. Come on, bro. He teleported away. The one nice thing about We have a large variety of basil, parsley, cilantro, and like that basically grow wild now. Ooh, really? Monsters are seed that fall from plants you grow. Oh, I didn't know that monster. Yeah, that's sick. Growing up, we had mint that grew wild all over because I guess my father planted it like decades prior.
I'm on my way.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible, monster. That is very cool. Seeds that fall from plants you grow. Volunteers. The more you know, chat. Ugh, why? Of course you had to do the poke, man. Heal. Come on, dude. I'm alive. I'm shocked. Okay, chat. I need to heal, obviously, but I need to spam, spam, spam. Okay, there we go. That was a Dark Souls 2 moment where you just like spam the heal button, the flask. You don't give any chances. Game on. Okay, this one's good. I'm getting good at aiming for the Mikola of the fight. Okay, focus. I'm really focused. That'll do him. Gotcha. Nice. Nice. That was okay, chat. We're getting pretty consistent here. I love this. This is a very fair boss. I really like it. I prefer this fight to Wolnir, I'll tell you that much. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, man, I'm telling you that bacon, that chicken bacon baked mac and cheese I just had I mean, it's truly life-changing. And so I need to make my own sauce for it, for the 8 grams. Like, I make my own sauce. Thank you for the GG. Thank you, Sadix. I'd say they're pretty mastered. Yeah, I think we can move on. It's funny because on the list of bosses here that took me too long, they are number 1. They took an hour, 8 minutes. Whereas the second longest fight was Pontiff at 25 minutes. Way less than half. So, like, I really was struggling against them. And now look at this. The idea is today I want to do some boss practice only. Just do the bosses which I struggle with. And then tomorrow, go back into another run in theory. The reason I add like that is because I realized I might not stream tomorrow, folks. I have an appointment with maybe the best dentist in the entire country. Like, straight up. And dental work is very cheap in this country. People travel from all over the world to Central Asia for dental work because they have very high quality dental work in all of these countries at like pennies. I have seen some dental medical miracles take place in this country. Like, y'all don't even know. I dated a girl who was like, her teeth were messed up. She was a model who couldn't smile, essentially, because her teeth had like, there was like problems I had never seen before. And for, I think it was like $87, I think is what she paid. Like, we stopped dating. 3 months later, I see her. And she's like, yeah, you know, for $87, all of her teeth were fixed and they looked like brand new. And you couldn't tell work was ever done. It was incredible. I paid for people to get, you know, replacement, all sorts of veneers, all the stuff. The work here is so good, dude. But anyway, I'm getting braces. Adult braces, God help me, but I need them. Not because my teeth aren't straight. I mean, they're not perfect. They're pretty good, to be honest. But because my jaw is busted. I busted my jaw, basically. Good luck, mate, says Seljas. Thank you so much. Seljas, I don't know if you've been here, but we just, you know, got really good at Twin Princes. How you doing today, Seljas? But anyway, my jaw is busted, and it's a whole thing, and so I need braces to fix it, basically. And so tomorrow, I'm going, and we're gonna do, you know, they're gonna take pictures. Have your wisdoms been pulled? Don't need them. I am one of those lucky people who their wisdom teeth are perfectly aligned, so I'll never need them out. Yeah, so they're like just absolutely perfectly aligned. Monster says, must be nice. I can get a dentist slap me. I'm sorry to laugh, but the way you said that was so funny. Bro, I know. Gotta remember, I grew up in America. I remember, you know, I'll give you an example, actually. Okay? Bro, oh my God. My brother flew here. Right? My brother, who's the reason I first came out here, by the way. Because I came out here to meet his wife that he was marrying and, you know, come and visit family and all that, right? So my brother, who has lived back in America now for 6 years, he flew out here like last year or the year before to get his wisdom teeth out, because for him it was cheaper to fly across the world to Central Asia here to get his wisdom teeth pulled than to get them pulled where he lives in America. It was cheaper. Not only that, it was more likely to be high quality work done better. Not to say American dental is bad. America has some of the best dental in the world, of course. But like people, I mean, there's a reason people fly all over the world to do, you know, dental tourism to this part of the world. Like that's, and it's funny because here, like the healthcare system is dog water. Like if I was getting a heart surgery, I would much rather be in America, but like the dental is just like, it's just the dental is above everything else by like 10 times. Then he says, my wisdoms are perfect too. I have a large mouth, but for some barbaric reason, they still wanted to pull them. I was in the bench for 3 hours. Bro, listen, chat, this is straight up a thing. It is wisdom teeth sometimes need to go out. Sometimes a dentist can see, oh, preventatively, we should take them out in advance. But a lot of times, especially in America, wisdom teeth are a straight up scam. They have no reason to come out. They are fine. They're healthy. Wait, our bodies naturally have them. Like, what did they do before dentists would remove them? You know? You think everyone had all their teeth fell? No. I read something like 40% of all wisdom teeth removals are unnecessary. It's expensive. It's painful. There are complications. And I'm not like the anti-wisdom tooth removal brigade over here, but I'm just saying it is one of those things where they overprescribe that you need to have your wisdom teeth out. So I always say, you know, just like get a second opinion and be sure about it, because it is quite an undertaking to get those removed. But for me, I'm lucky. I've had like many different dentists, and what I've heard from like 9 out of 10 of the dentists I've had in my life have been, oh, they're perfect. You'll never need them removed. And then I had one who worked in a wealthier area in America who was a well-renowned dentist. And he was like, oh, we'll get those removed. And I was like, oh, really? Like, he's like, you know, yeah, you know, everyone's supposed to, you got to get them out. Everyone has to get them out. And I'm like, uh-huh. And he was like, the kind of like he driving a Lamborghini, like, oh, you know, stupid rich patients. And I was like, no, thanks. You know, I'm good. But anyway, listen, I don't know more than any doctor, okay? But wisdom teeth is like a known, you know, upcharge scam. I was watching this one thing where like dentists were talking about like, well, it doesn't hurt, you know? It's one of those things where it's like, is it a little scammy? Yes. But it doesn't hurt the patient to remove them. It's like, oh, that's just messed up, bro. That is not the sign of a good system. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is Pontiff Sullivan time. The big issue was they kept getting the Novocaine amount wrong and never probably dead my mouth. Finally, after 6 they pulled without it. Oh, God. That is a horror nightmare you just said to me. I wish I hadn't read that. Ugh. Ugh. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I gotta say, not one bit. Monster says I still have mine. They tried to get mine when I was leaving the corp, but told them when I turn 80, they would likely be the only team left. My man's over here, so you get me. All right, Monster? You and I, we stay strong. We stay strong, all right? They ain't taking my wisdom teeth. Oh, man. That's so funny. That is so funny. I'm glad we're probably the only 2 people here who still have them, though. It's so common. I don't get it. I generally don't. And again, like, I'm all for listening to doctors and, like, especially dentists and stuff. But, like, there's just a couple practices that just, like wisdom teeth, which is, like, you know. Sadek says, it was some of the most excruciating pain I ever had. I believe that. And I can remember Open Arms by Journey was funny. Why? It kept me from strangling those dentists. That sounds like quite a sight. That sounds like a horror movie, but it sounds like quite a sight the way you describe it. You paint a vivid picture. All right, let me see. 33 decks before Pontiff. Okay. 33 decks. 33 decks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a mod, which will let me lower my level with just a click of a button. Let's open what is called Silky Souls 3. Close. Remember it vividly. I mean, I bet you would. Okay, 33 decks. I'll keep Vega at 29 because it does not matter. I'll minimize this for later. Maybe I'll use it. I remember one dental surgery I had when I was a kid. I had like basically I had a tooth that was coming in sideways. And it was like, basically if it was just allowed to come in, it would have destroyed my whole mouth. And so it had to be completely fixed and saved. And I remember that surgery. And I remember because I remember the dentist who was really good. But I could feel everything, it felt like. But gave me a mirror so that I could look in my mouth and watch everything he did. And I remember intently watching it and just being like, that was something. And then I remember coming home afterwards and trying to eat some sunny side up eggs and them just falling right out of my mouth because it was so numbed that I couldn't, you know. And I hadn't realized just how numbed my face was until that moment. I was like 8 years old or something. Maybe I was 9. Okay, folks. I think we're good to go. I think we're good for Pontiff. I am afraid about being wrong and then doing too much damage, but only one way to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Pontiff Sullivan. Not Sullivan. It is Sullivan, as I originally thought. At some point, I gaslit myself into thinking it was Sullivan. That's what happens when you read a name, like, sideways too many times. Let me put keyboard under the table. Mother says, yeah, there's a number of body parts they like to take from us. Yes. If I didn't need it, I wouldn't have it, is my view. I'm probably wrong, though. Listen, Monster, I agree with you 1,000,000%, literally in everything you said. There's a number of body parts they like to take from us. Yes. If I didn't need it, I wouldn't have it, is my view. Yes. I'm probably wrong, though. Also, yes. I feel the same way, right? Because I feel this way about all these things, but then I also am self-aware enough to know that, like, I don't think I know more than anyone else. You know what I mean? I'm probably wrong. You know what I mean? I accept that, and I think more people need to have that view in life. That, like, the I'm probably wrong view. You know, a lot of people are unwilling to imagine they could ever be wrong about things they know nothing about. And it can be infuriating arguing with such a person. I mean, I wouldn't argue with such a person, but it is very human and common, that, like, that way of being. And it's so important to not be. Okay. I'm doing way too much damage, chat. There's no reason I should be able to do that much damage. This is not right. Yeah, that's not correct. There is no world I do that much damage against him, chat. I only got one parry off and I killed him. Something is wrong here. Something is not correct. True, they were after my appendix back then. That's why I haven't been to a doctor for 30 minutes. Okay. Now, Thaddix, I think you've taken it the wrong direction here. Okay? Doctors are important for some things. I have a friend, bro, who just doesn't believe in doctors. God bless him. He's such a sweet soul. He does not believe in them. And when I say he doesn't believe in them, he thinks they're a myth like Santa Claus, basically. And there are some things where it's like, I mean, come on. You know, like, some things you need a doctor for. Some things it's like, you know, you get into a car accident, right? And your arm is hanging off partially. And he's like, no, I'm not going to the doctor. Like, that's the level I'm talking about. Like, he would just be like, no. Like, there's different levels. The more I know nothing, but that's twice as much as most doctors. I think, honestly, a lot of doctors just, and it's because of, like, the money, the cash incentive. a lot of doctors just are trying to make money. You know what I mean? And a lot of doctors don't even like the people who taught them were trying to make money and trying to make a system which made more money and build insurance more and stuff like that. And so like in a lot of countries, they'll be like a lot less invasive. They'll be like a lot more cautious before advising medical intervention, you know? And it's just, and all things in life, I think you need to be balanced, but I think skepticism is important. You want to be careful. Also, I don't attribute a lot to malice. Like, that one dentist who wanted my wisdom teeth removed, who was the only one in my life, that person I attributed not malice to, but like, I was like, that's a bad person. Like, it wasn't even subtle that like, he was just like, yeah, whatever, you know, pay the money. Who cares, you know, whether you need it or not. That was basically his, you know, explanation of it was just like, who cares, you need it or not, doesn't hurt, just pay the money. I was like, okay, like you just want the money. Like, it's obvious. But there's a lot of doctors out there who will like do stuff where it's like they don't mean, you know, they're not like consciously doing it because they want, it's just like that is the system that has been set up, right? And so they, you know, it's just, I don't know. I hold a lot of less against people and more against systems. Does that make sense? Daddy says that's me. I have a do not resuscitate order because it's not that I don't believe in doctors. I don't trust them. Okay, well, you know, it's better to be alive is my suggestion. Sometimes you got to suck it up and be alive. I'm going to give y'all an example, actually, that's relevant. My grandmother. Yeah, it's the system that's bad. Exactly. You know, that's how I feel about it, Selges. I think, you know, it needs a complete change. My grandmother is a great example of this. Now, mind you, I'm across the world in Central Asia, so it's different here. But my grandmother is very afraid of doctors. She doesn't trust them. Now, she has extremely good reason for that. But she is unwell, you know? Like, my grandma needs to see a doctor. She's got cataract problem that's growing. She's got clearly some maybe heart issues. She can barely get out of bed. She needs to see a doctor, okay? And she is somebody who we can't get her to like get on a health kick, which would honestly do for her everything, but she won't do it. She smokes cigarettes like, you know, God help me, man. It's just how people are in this part of the world. And there's no way I'll ever be able to get her to stop. And so she needs a doctor. That's the way it is. She needs medical intervention a little bit. She needs medications because she's unwilling. She's not going to do the stuff. At this age in her life, at this point, she's like ready to die. She's fine with it, you know? It's more everyone else around her who doesn't want her to, you know, she's like, whatever. You know, she's just living life out like a, you know, like a bright star. But so, we're talking about like, right now I'm having a conversation with people around here of basically tricking her to go to the doctor. We're gonna be like, oh, we're going out, you know, on the town. We're going, and then we just drive up to the doctor's office. And then once we're there, we'll be like, oh, you know what? Well, we're driving by. And then she won't be able to say no because the way, basically, we're going to rely on cultural manipulation, basically, to make it so that when we get there, she'll be like, oh, you know, and she'll just say yes. Because like, while all of these feelings are valid, I want her to live, you know? I want her to live longer. I want her to not, and it's not even that as much as I want her to not suffer, man. Why do you need to go through the suffering you're going through when it might be as simple as like a little tweak of surgery for the cataract or something? I don't know. Monster says, yep, they made an assembly line of patients. Yeah, man, for real. Reminds me of the Wendy's commercial from the 80s with burgers on a conveyor. It really is though. Like in so many places in the world, it really is just assembly line for patients, like literally. Oh, I hate it. That's something, and you know what's, now obviously that's awful, but it's nice that like almost all people can agree on that, right? There's a lot of division in our culture, in our world, but almost all Americans can agree, almost all, you know, who have sense, that like the medical system is not good. It needs to be different, you know? Now people will say different ideas for changing it, fine, but just the idea that it's not like, that's just an American thing. Like if you grew up in America, you know, unless you were obviously extremely rich, in which case, you know, I get checkups every 6 months, but I keep myself very informed and contend with my doctors so he can't just pass me off. I mean, that's what you have to do, right? That is what you have to do. Like, it's your life, right? And so you might, here's the way I look at it. Your doctor might be like an incredible human being who's a great person who you trust so much. That can all be true. And also it's your life. So, you know, obviously they're the expert, but like, you know, it's nice to like just keep yourself informed. Make sure you're asking questions. If you just go and go, whatever, they'll deal with me. It's like, here's the thing. They're human too, right? Like they're human too. I can't tell you how many times in my life I've, you know, thought about something or asked questions and they said, okay, well, we'll do this instead. And it's helped me out, or we'll add this to it, or we'll do something, you know, that kind of stuff. I just like, it's just a healthy, balanced approach. You know, I think it's good to be curious when it comes to your own body and life. I think it's good to be curious and to be cautious. That's all. Not like crazy. You know, there's different extents. But at the same time, if you're crazy about it, I do get it. You know what I mean? I understand that. Like, it's something we can all understand it, no matter what side of the spectrum you are on this. Anyway, chat, why am I overpowered right now, chat? There's no way anyone's going to be able to answer this, but I got the answer. Look at this. Sharp cell sword twin blades plus 10. It's because my weapon is way overpowered. I'm not supposed to have this right now. I am not supposed to have a plus. Oh, darn it. I accidentally plus 10 the other ones too. Okay. Hold on. Let's check the guide. I've just realized something. The reason Pontiff went down so quick is because I overleveled my weapon. So in the real Pontiff fight, let's see. Let me look at my notes. At the real Pontiff fight, I have maxed regular Titanite. But not large Titanite. Okay, that's the answer. That's what the situation is. Hold on. Hold on, folks. So it's quite a slippery slope, especially when you try to explain your doctor's apprehension to others. I don't know. I mean, I feel like people, well, you're right. It's like, it depends. A lot of people are here and there about it, you know, but like the more time proceeds, the more people understand it. You know what I mean? The more like common knowledge it becomes over time of like the issues in the medical system in America, you know, especially, and in the West as a whole, honestly. Weapons, cell sword twin blades are, where's it gonna, anyone see the cell sword twin blades, chat? I don't know.
Ashen one.
All right. And boom. Okay, so I need a +2 right before a large shard. So reinforced weapon. So 2 Titanite plus 4 is 6 Titanite. Plus 6 is 12 Titanite? Is that correct? Is that how it goes, chat? It goes 2 Titanite, then 4. There's never 3, right? It's always your first upgrade's 2 Titanite, your next upgrade is 4, your next is 6, right? And it equals 12 total. Yes, that has to be correct, right? Immortality is a weight that is hard to move, but keeping good perspective and being informed is helpful. Absolutely. After all, the new statistic now says that 1 out of 1 persons will die. Who? Bro, you are a treat to have around, Monster. I am glad that you've started posted in the chat. I really vibe with your view. Yep, 12 total. Okay.
Be careful.
Okay. So, oh, I almost forgot. Infuse weapon. And we want to make them sharp. Here they are. Sharp cell sword twin blades. There we go. I think we're ready to fight, chat. I think now we're gonna have a very different experience. Oops. How do I get rid of one of these? There we go. Sadix is the DS3 wiki, says Seljas. Basically, Sadix, how many hours do you have in Dark Souls 3? Can you remind me if you just had a guess? Just guess, ballpark it, Sadix. Seljas, get ready for this answer, assuming he's still here. You never know. But the answer is Sadix the Dark Souls 3 wiki? The answer is absolutely. That's a man who I respect FromSoft players so much, man. I respect pretty much everyone in the chat and everyone who comes around, but like there's something, I don't know what it is. Moses, yeah, good vibrations. The Beach Boys had it right. All right, here we go. Good vibes, good vibes. Okay. Hello? Hold on 1 second, chat. Hello? Is there a cat behind me? Oh, you're leaving? All right. See you later. I'm on my PlayStation. Give me 1 second. Give you a near accurate total. Love that. Didn't you play on like different ways for Dark Souls 3 though? So it's not all recorded, if I remember. Okay, chat. This is not going to go as cleanly as we just had when I killed him. Because now we have the correct weapon. Here we go. Now watch me get brutalized. All right. Okay, he did the 1 in 20 wrong move though. So it's kind of irrelevant. Come on. I'm doing it wrong. There we go. I recovered. I two-hand. I go behind him. Get out of there! Woo! And then get in there. Okay, that has an AoE. He's gonna summon. Uh-oh. Woo! Woo! Heal. So, this is never supposed to happen in the actual fight. I can't see him. Sadix, is the move you want to go to the right side of him or is it left side of him? Is it left side or right side? I forget. 1,113 hours on PlayStation. On Xbox, did you hear that, Selges? 1,113 hours. 1,100 hours on PlayStation, and he has more on other consoles. Monsters is though I'm more of a prog rock metal guy. What do you... Okay, now I'm starting to doubt. Monster, it seems like you're... Are you like somebody who knows me in real life and you're pretending? Because, I mean, you seem perfect here, you know? Because obviously I'm a prog rock metal guy, right? We had a whole rant the other day about how those are my favorite things. So are you in my walls? I don't understand. His left, your right. My right. Okay, good to know. Ayo! Perfection. One, two, three, four. Got him. Clean, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that was clean. Let's go. Okay, chat. What was that I just... Did you just see that little... Oh, I forgot that you can do that with these. There's like a little... There's a little move you can do. Hold on. I gotta... There's like a move you can do where you like turn back. You saw it, chat. How do you do the move where like you get the like flip back? Sorry, in reference to Beach Boys, I had no idea who you are. There are a few as types out in the wide, wonderful world. No, I understood you. I understood you. You're saying I'm more of a prog rock metal guy in reference to Beach Boys. And I agreed with you. You know, I'm a prog rock metal aficionado. That's my jam completely, right? That's what we're about. I mean, Sadix the other day and I were having that conversation about it. There was also Red and Blue that were here, and then there was a little bit of an argument about it all, but... Yeah, man. I don't know. It's kind of like aligned interests, you know? It's always fascinating when you find people who have aligned interests, which is, again, one of the very cool parts of streaming, man. You hear that, chat? Listen. You hear that? Somebody walking? Yeah, where are they? So the mod has, like, made them invisible. But you still hear the SFX Is it SFX? Like sound effects, right? Oh, look, and there's that guy, and he's frozen. If I drop down there, it would definitely break the mod and everything. Oh, look, he's here. Whoa, interesting. I love complexity and beauty woven into musical tapestry. Agree. Hard agree. Basically, rock with many subtrades. I like them also, Sadix. Agree. For the most, I think agree pretty much, yeah. Anything with heart in it, I'm about. 1, 2. That's on me. And prog rock is... Okay, that's just bad. Yeah, I was out of stamina. Is very just... Prog music as a whole is... It's often very hard because here's the thing about prog music. Prog music, it's hard to commercialize, right? It doesn't sell well on the radio to make 20-minute songs, you know? And the prog that does sell well, it's like usually has to be edited down, you know? Like prog is hard to commercialize. And so a lot of prog is just very heart and soul, you know? It's just like, it's very real artistry. It's very real artistry. Sorry, my brain just kind of like skipped a beat there. But I'm just like a huge fanboy for like prog music in general. If I can get this guy down and I can have Twin Princes and him down to like really, really consistent, then this run is pretty much over for me. You see, that's the issue, chat. I keep missing that. I'm gonna have a little less damage here, so I'm gonna be very specific in my moves. Okay, chat. I'm dead. Let me go. Learning how to fight them when things go wrong is twofold. You can't dance to it, so no clubbing. I've never been a clubbing type. You know, not to be fair, I love electric music. I love any music where like it's hard. There's a lot of electric music that I'm like I can really dig and I'm super into. I love basically any music except for music that's like packaged, like bought and sold, you know, just to make $1, no care beyond that, unless it's like incredible talent on display. Because sometimes something is soulless garbage, but you cannot deny the level of talent, you know? And like that's sometimes the case, but rarely is the thing. That's very rare. And there are extremely talented people at making that bought and sold garbage who put out garbage, but if they really try once in a while, they'll put out something where it's like, okay, this is an undeniable track, even though it has no soul. Come on. There we go. I mean, I'm basically making the argument that I also like music I could dance to, but I'm not somebody who likes to dance. Never been a dancer. Several girlfriends have tried to get me to dance, and I'm just like, I humor it, you know, if it makes you happy, I'll do it. That's my opinion, but I myself have never found joy in it. Just never been that type. Oh, there was a little stagger there. Ooh. That was a stored input. Got him. Me neither, women do. Not that I've looked in nearly 35 years. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I think it's a little bit of the autism in my brain. Like, genuinely, like, no joking. Like, just a little bit of the autism in my brain. You know? The familial autism that's definitely there. because it definitely runs in my family. And so there's just a little bit of like, not to say that, but it's just like, I don't get it. But a lot of people love dancing, you know, guys as well. I have some, you know, male friends who love to go dancing and, you know, with their, you know, wives and girlfriends. And I don't, you know, who just, I have a friend. Oh man. Well, my brother, actually, same guy. He is like a serious dancer, like salsa. He loves it. And he just like the artistry of it. And like, like for him, he's like next level. And of course that's made him very, you know, obviously women love that, right? But like, I just can't comprehend it. I never danced without some sort of inebriated. I've been told I'm not bad. I can't remember. I've been told the same thing, Sadix. Exactly the same situation. It says, unless I'm a little inebriated, then I know dance good. I kind of remind my wife of the Nacho Man from Taco Bell commercial. Oh, gosh, I don't remember the Nacho Man from Taco Bell commercials. Not that I wouldn't know it, but just my memory is toast. But yeah, it's one of those things. And so I'm kind of a party pooper. You know what I mean? And I've gotten to a point in my life where like, I don't know. I want to say that I'm just like, I just don't want to dance, man. I just don't want to, but like, it makes some people so happy. And I'm also, it's not like just that I'm a people pleaser, which I am. And so I don't like to say no to things that make other people happy, which is also true. But there's also, here's the way I'll put it, dude. The way I'll put it is, oh, game crash. I get my joy. Like, if I'm with somebody who's really having a fun time dancing, they're enjoying the dancing. I'm getting my joy from their joy, that they're having fun. That's bringing me joy. You know, that's how I am. But like, I don't know. Drinking or whatever intoxication certainly helps with dancing. Let's be honest here, you know, for people like me, you know, just to loosen up and not care. And I'm not somebody who's too like, I don't really care, you know, how other people perceive me or look at me. I struggled a lot with social anxiety when I was younger. I used to be like deep in that. But at this point in my life, I just don't care. But you know, there are some videos out there that exist of me dancing like crazy because it's it made everyone else happy that I did. And let me tell you about those videos. I was wasted. That was absolutely, you know, that's when you get to see that side of Dan where like I'm like, because I'll entertain anything to make other people happy, basically, for the most part. But like, if I'm really like getting into it, even if I'm like whatever about it, you know that I'm like gone. Did I just open the wrong game? I did. I opened the real game, chat. Liquid brain lube helps many circumstances. Absolutely. Absolutely. Where is my Boss Arena mod here? What happened to it? There it is. Okay, hold on. We had a bit of a game crash there, folks. It's gonna happen, especially when you're running a mod. When you're running like 8 different mods at once, to be honest. There we go. Oh, man. I really want to get this guy down. I want to... It's the timing of that parry is just so tight. That's the... Which is making me not kill him. And I have to get it down. I'm going to show... I'm going to point it out specifically so everyone is on the same page here on what my problem is. Not that one. This is... I have no problem with that. That was a 1 in 100 mistake. That's not something I have to practice or care about. That's the free one. That's not the issue, chat. That's not the issue. Let me show you the issue. All right. So here, I hit him with 2 slashes, and then I have to parry him. 1, 2, and I missed. I messed that up. It's that parry. He'll do that at different times. Different timings. Okay, what I'm doing right now is trying to get him to a lower health. You see, like, that's... I think I could parry that, right? Can't parry that. Could have parried that. Heal. Hold on. There. Okay. Gotta go. Have a great day. See you later. Have a good one. Have a fantastic one, in fact. Alright. You are super dead, sir. Got him. Oh, I said got him a little prematurely there. I thought my R1 would be enough. I was wrong. Yeah, have a great one, monster. Cool dude. That wasn't too bad. See, here's the thing. We are bad at the script, chat, but we're getting better at the fight. We're getting better at the fight as a whole, and that is what counts. Because if things go wrong, but I can still win, nothing matters. All that matters is guaranteeing I win. I just have to keep reminding myself the little tricks I've learned, like what Sadek said, go right. Let me get a sip of water here. We'll just stare at each other for a while from across the cathedral. You're good at improvising? Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Again, folks, I ask that if you are watching the stream today, look around the screen. Does anything seem off-center? Does anything seem wrong? Does the chat seem like it's in the right place? The view count. And I'm not asking for your opinion on if you like the way I do things or not. I'm asking, does it seem like it normally is? Does my voice sound right? Do you see lag, pixelation? Does any problems report? Because today I completely redid my stream setup, so anything at all, I'd love to hear it, folks. Please help a man out. Here we go. Okay. All right. Bing. Bong. I keep missing my 2 slashes here, chat. I need to... 1, 2... Perfect. See, that is the script, chat. That's what I'm trying to do. Unto hand, get behind him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get away. Get in. Boom, boom. Get to his side. Ooh, he did a little dodge there. I hate the unlock on. Gotcha. Hello. So in this script, that should have he should never get a chance to even stand up or attack. But the difference is we're practicing without resin. We're assuming that we are gonna fail hard. Here's the thing, chat. If I can beat him with much lower damage 100% of the time, then when I put resin on, it becomes free. Everything looks good on the Rumble end so far. It'll look this, so it's all going through Rumble, right? It's all going through Rumble Studio. So if it looks good on Rumble, it looks good everywhere. If it looks good on Twitch, it looks good on Rumble. All of them, same feed through Rumble, which I can do 100% now thanks to Twitch changing their terms of service. So now all of the websites allow that, where I can go through Rumble for all of them. And Rumble Studio is it's just such good technology, man, because I have so many tech issues, but Rumble Studio just really has it as a crutch to lean on for everything I try to do with my multi-streaming. We're getting better. That was near perfect. It was. We are getting better here. And if we just have Twin Princes and Pontiff down, that already is, I think, a sub That's almost a 2-hour run. We're beating the game in almost 2 hours only. If we just have, you know, if we did Twin Princes and Ponta first try. After this, we got to do Dancer practice, though. And this, I'm going to need a lot of, you know, we got a lot more to go with this guy, let's just say. 1, 2. Ah, the rare other won't move. Okay, come on. No. Yes. I was just me being bad. I mistimed my my parry, chat. I just need to be able to basically parry him from any state. Come on. This. Like, that looks parryable, but I'm just too early every time. There we go. We recovered, chat. We recovered. Get behind him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get away. Get behind him. Get in. 1, 2. Ooh. Now, this is a trick right here for guaranteed W's. If you can get him up against a wall, you do. Where is he? Like, cornering him is so nice. Got him. Like, this is a guy who, if you get him up sandwiched to the wall, he just can't do all of his attacks. That was nice. I'm looking for hitless, though. You know, when we were sure, the Twin Princes we knew we had down when we were basically able to hitless them easily. This, I need to be able to hitless, because in the actual fight, I don't have this much health. That's the one thing right now. The health I have is not relevant, because in the real fight, look at my health bar right now. In the real fight, I'm unlikely to be embered, but but every time I kill him, it re-embers me is the issue. That's that's why I'm embered. And how am I supposed to lose my ember? Jump off a wall or something? I don't know. It just takes too much time when I'm practicing, so. Okay. That's fine. I had a little, my brain skipped a beat there, and I legitimately forgot what button to press. That happens to me sometimes, chat. Like, this is my, I have these memory recall issues. So sometimes I'll be like, sometimes I'm looking at the controller, and all of a sudden I'm like, what do all these buttons do? Like, I just forget what every button on the controller does. And it's always for like a split second. It's, you know, it happens like once a week. Maybe more. It's not a good sign, for sure. It scares me. 1. I thought I had that one. Nope. You see, I'd be dead in the actual fight right now because I don't have this much health. See, that was parryable. That was parryable. That was not parryable. That might have been parryable. That's not. That might have been. Come on. I'm trying to learn. It's rare, but I get that sometimes. You mentally berate yourself. Yeah. I don't know what it... I don't know what it is. Just mental lapses. Imagine that while driving a car. How scary would that be, chat? Think about that. Imagine the same thing, because right now, like, forgetting the buttons here, like, imagine you're driving a car and you forgot, like, I guess a car is too intuitive, right? So that can't happen, you know, because it's a steering wheel, right? Left, right. Imagine forgetting which one was your brake and which one was your gas, you know, all of a sudden. Like, I don't know, like, it's freaky. That is a scary thought. Bing. Bong. I don't have it down yet. A big part of this fight is just... Darn it. I don't know what caused him to do that. It's just learning the timing of when I'm able to hit him again. After I've just criticaled him. You see his iframes, right? Oh, he's dead. I got him sandwiched. Yeah, I knew, like, I had him just stuck here. And it's over for him. That was nice. That would have been a kill, but... I mean, that was nice. That was nice. That was nice. Let's keep it going. We are not there yet. In a real run, this would be a struggle here. We're not yet. We're not there yet. All right, man. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Two hand, and then when is the moment that he becomes corporeal again, basically? I don't know what caused him to do this. Okay, that isn't a parry? Interesting. I thought maybe that I could parry that move. Okay, so I would have been almost dead there. Okay, that's tough, chat. I just lost a lot of damage. You see, that's the one part where if I'm up against the wall and then he does that. Oh, darn it. I wasn't paying attention to my health. I wish I knew what causes him to do the wrong move. Maybe I should look at what the script looks like for Pontiff in the world record. You know what? I should. I should genuinely look what the script looks like for Pontiff in the world record. They're probably going to do something wild. Because we learned this script off of a 7-year-old world record. So obviously, surely it's changed by now. What? That was weird. He just stopped for a moment. I hope in the real run, he just stops like that for a moment. That was nice. Okay, I'm dead. Really? Okay, chat. Little education break moment. Let's educate ourselves and see greatness. Who wants to see some greatness? I do. Because you don't see it on my stream. So let's go see what it is on theirs. Hold on. Get myself repositioned here. All right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna need the... I'm all tied up here in cables. I'm gonna need the keyboard. Un momento por favor. Speedrun.com. Dark Soul the Third. We want any percent glitchless. Hold on a second. Sorry, I was blowing my nose. 80% glitchless. World record is 41.25. Static says I'd call it a palate cleanser rather than greatness. Same thing, really. Olkzu. I believe that's the Swedish flag. I know you can't see it. You're going to be able to, chat. As you can see, after I doxed myself, leaked my IP address and my passwords and all of my personal information, credit cards and stuff on stream last stream, I'm a little more careful before I swap over to showing you my desktop. You might notice that. You know? Here, let's take a look. Oh, that's right. I gotta probably skip to Pontiff. That's right. Wolnir, so Pontiff has to be like Sage, Deacons, What was that I just saw? Take a look. Oh, dang, freaking 11. Oh, did you not hear about this, Sadix? That's right, I don't think you're in the Discord. At the end of last stream, I had an internet issue. Fine, it happens. What? I just saw something funny. I had an internet issue, right? And, in my desire to fix it, I clicked away and Windows 11 popped something up for my taskbar and opened something and fully, it was the most doxed a person can be. You know, my literal home address, my passwords, everything, basically right there. And I had to delete the VODs, and I ended up editing the VOD and posting it on YouTube VOD channel. Aweg says, run faster. Absolutely. Awegs, hello. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Okay, here we go. We found it, chat. All right, let's see what they do. All right? Let's see what they do. Let's watch it in real time. Let's see what their script is like. Yeah, a little bit of a time loss there. Now, I do know... In the world record run that I base off, that's 7 years old, I'm home again puking my guts out. Bro, why do you get so sick so often? Are elevators just the most infectious things that exist? Wags, I would believe it because people are constantly pressing buttons. I don't know. Like, why do you get sick so often, my friend? Any idea? But, in the real world record, you're supposed to swap between the Grass Crest Shield and the Buckler over and over again to regain stamina. So I think you're going to see him doing that, even though that was 7 years ago. It seems that they do the same thing. Oh, he's not using resin. You see how quickly he swapped? He's using a different resin, actually. Chat, we just saw the answer. Oh, Eggs is 9 babysitting my nieces and they were 6, so I caught what they got. I mean, that's pretty usual. Well, that's an okay reason to get sick. Chat, did you just see it? Okay, we just saw how the pros do it. Watch this. So, he gets the wrong RNG in the world record. Pontiff pulls back the sword to do the thrust, and he does something different than what I've done. Watch this. He rolls into it, and what happens? That cues him up for immediate parry. So I think that's it, chat. I think we now know. I think because before we didn't know what to do for this, and it ends up we have to improvise. Now, I think we might have an idea. But let's keep watching. Okay. All this is normal. I'm seeing nothing else that's changed. Wow, I don't know what the set he's wearing is. Maybe I should be checking out this run, honestly, but I've heard the one, I don't know. So after the visceral, hit twice, dodge one from the Pontiff, then parry. Yeah, that's if he gives the wrong move. So it goes visceral, hit twice, and then he'll either immediately give me a parryable move, or he'll give a poke. And if he does the poke, I dodge backwards into it, and then parry. Yeah, that's it, Sadix. I think we have it. Because he only gives those 2 variations after the visceral. That's it. Okay, I'm going to close this. I think we maybe have just figured it out, and we now have eliminated the randomness. Find out. But anyway, Awegs, I hope you feel better soon, bro. I hope you feel better really fast. Okay. Chat, I am both sweating from being hot and also I'm cold. Can science explain that? I am both sweating from being hot because, bro, it's this. I had this incredible robe I'd wear, man. And I still wear it, but it had a hole in it. And so I gave it to a friend who was like, yeah, I'll get it fixed for you for like $2. It's like, okay. And they brought it to somebody, and that somebody who fixed it, the way that they fixed it was they patched onto it like a baby blanket onto the back. It's identical. And so it looks like it's just part of the robe. The thing is, it's extremely cheap material. And so it just causes so much sweating. Sweating while cold kind of feels like the way I feel in my fever breaks. I mean, that is what I'm describing. Oh, I see some lag. The bitrate is fine. I think that was just... I just saw my YouTube stream just started to, like, freak out there. Are we okay? Did anyone see any lag? On YouTube, it lagged a bit, but I think that was literally just me. Are we seeing any lag, anyone? God, chat, I really hope that what we found out today is right. And that when we move to the new place with fiber internet, tomorrow or the next day, we don't have these internet problems ever again. I'm not having an internet problem right now, but it's just, you know, seeing what I just saw caused me to think about it again when I was talking to Brie about it at the beginning of the stream. Oh, man. Anyway, hold on one second, chat. I'm gonna put this to the side because it is causing me to sweat profusely and I don't like it. Hold on. Because I'm sitting on top of a robe. So hold on. Alright. I don't know why I didn't start doing vlogging. It's funny, I just figured something out about my setup just now and how I should be sitting and everything. And it's funny because I've had this setup now for what, almost a year, and it no longer matters because I'm moving in like a day or two and I have a completely different setup. So I finally just figured out the solution to this problem I always have, where I always sweat profusely. And now it doesn't matter anymore. Isn't that funny how life works, chat? All right. All right. There we go. There we go. Move things over. Hold on. I'm just moving the cables over to the side and we can get back in there. I don't need that headphones on. All right. If he gives me perfect, great. If not, remember to roll back. It might take me a few to get used to it, chat, because it's new. Two hand. 1, 2. I rolled the wrong way. Yeah, I was trying to just quit out. I was just killing me. I don't want to learn incorrect habits. So just dying is better than fighting that out. I need to not accidentally learn bad habits. All right. Again, roll back. This is new. I have to learn this. Instead of rolling into him, I'm rolling back in a way. It's not my usual in how I've learned to play. So see, that's a dream scenario, what he just did. I'm not gonna just do that, but like, doesn't always work so easily. Also, I'm not quick enough, man. I'm setting him up on his side like this so that he gets stuck against the wall. Like, look at this. I got him kind of stuck up against there so he couldn't even hit me. He just slashed right above him. I kind of realized on the fly, I was like, oh, I realized, I was like, oh, he's above me. Like, he was like, he got up on that step, and I was like, he's going to miss me with his attacks. And so I realized I can just get him. I wouldn't sweat it too much. Speed will come with repetition. Agree. It will. It will. But I gotta build that repetition, you know? Build that muscle memory. Repetition is everything. I need him to give me the wrong move so I can do what that world record holder did. That was just bad. That was just like, that was just bad. That was so early. I don't know what happened there. In a live run, I would also quit out there to reset myself because I'd be like, no. You know? Plus, you know, why lose the Ember over something like that is the way I would think about it in a live run. Because in a live run, I ain't getting that back. Okay. Little float going on. Yeah, I knew that was bad. Okay. So that was my moment. I had to parry him. Interesting. He always does this kind of soon after. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, get him against this wall. He's there, but I didn't... Come on. Okay, I got killed because I killed his ghost, chat. I was like, I got him. He had like one sliver of health left, and I was like, oh, I just got an R1. And I killed him, and I was like, wait a minute. And I realized that was his ghost I was attacking. That's so funny. That's one of those issues that won't happen, I think, once I have new glasses and I can actually see the screen. And I'm no longer just fighting blurry objects. Far from perfect. It's not horrible right now, but like we have some, you know, we're not there yet. It's basically the situation. There we go. 1, 2. You see, like, just not fast enough, chat. I'm just not fast enough to have gotten that parry. And it's bad. The reason I got so killed there is because I was out of stamina. And so all of my dodges, I was just barely regaining my stamina trying to dodge. And so that would have been easy to dodge out of, but I borked that one up. All right. That little double vision effect that they added in Dark Souls 3 at Fog Walls is so cool. I never noticed it before. Did I get him? I did get him! Chat, I was so slow to take the critical there because I didn't believe I got him. Stamina, please. Oh, my stamina is so slow right now. I can see why they switched to the Grass Crest Shield. I can absolutely understand why they switched to the Grass Crest Shield like they do. Yeah. Okay, chat, do we practice fighting the way I'm supposed to, which is with the Grass Crest Shield? I think the answer is yes. I'm supposed to be swapping back and forth It's tough though, chat. I'm already too slow, but what I'm supposed to be doing is okay, I'm supposed to be going parry, crit. Look at, you see that move? Swap to grass crest shield on back, swap to two-handed in the same motion. Attack, 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 so that just so I can gain my stamina faster. But it is, and then I have to be able to, at a moment's notice, then immediately. So here's the script, chat, and this is so unbelievably hard. I never could get it, which is why I abandoned it. But I think we have to if we want to do this right. Parry, visceral, okay, and then immediately swap two-hand, 1, 2, and then immediately parry. And I have to do that all in, like, it's frame perfect, basically. Does your speedrun path allow you to pick up green blossoms? I'll have green blossoms. That is right, Sadix. Sadix, I will have a green blossom. It's just that I'm afraid to use it because they run out so fast. My path gives me like 10. And to be honest, I kind of want to keep them for Soul of Cinder. This is my issue, is like, my path picks up 10 blossoms, which is enough for every boss. But the problem is that if I use one and then die, and all of a sudden it's like, okay. And so I don't want to get used to fighting with these kind of things. I need to be good enough at these bosses where I don't need them, and then when I use them, it just becomes way faster and easier. That's the situation. That's why we're training in this way. All right? That's what you get. All right. Let's try. This is my first time trying the much harder way to do this, which is much better. So here we go. I should have been training like this the entire time, to be honest. I should have been training, but this was so hard for me before, but I've gotten better, I think. Okay. You see? I tried to do both things at once, but you see what happened? I mean, if I could just parry with the grass crest shield, though, then I really don't have to worry about anything. Wait, I'm thinking here, chat. What if I just parry with the grass crest shield? Why wouldn't they do that? I need to ask the speedrun Discord. I need to ask speedrun Discord this. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why in the speedrun don't they just parry with the grass crest shield? I know it's a harder parry. Am I stupid? Sadix, anyone watching, can anyone think why they wouldn't just parry with the grass crest shield? Okay, I need to straight up ask this in the speedrunning Discord chat. Hold on. Can you try what's just here? Lawn. I only use Shield of 1 DS3. I feel that. I always thought his big grass crest shield was a weapon skill shield and not a parryable. I mean, I parried him with the grass crest shield just now. I don't know if you saw. Maybe you weren't looking. I parried him with it. If you're remembering wrong, I only use Shield of 1 DS3. I also only used Shield of Wand back in the day in DS3, but I just parried him with the grass crest shield. So now I'm sitting here wondering, why does the world record use buckler? Right? I'm missing something. The problem hasn't been happening all of a sudden, but when it does, I'll try to remember these things and let everyone know. Does anyone know why the records, the Pontiff script for the world record glitchless. No, for glitchless any percent. Does anyone know why the Pontiff script for glitchless any percent uses buckler at all instead of just parrying with the grass crest shield? Grass crest. I'm not gonna abbreviate that. There must be a reason, but that I am missing. It can't just be because the glass edge has a lower parry window, could it? Exactly, right? It doesn't make sense. Because these are people who are doing every boss hitless, basically. So surely just because, oh, it's a little harder. Like, what? No. Does anyone know why the Pontiff script for glitchless any percent uses buckler at all instead of just parrying with a grass crest shield? There must be a reason that I'm missing. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to send that because I don't want to look like a total moron. I'm going to try to do this just with grass crest shield, and I want to see what happens. If it lets me do this, then I'll send that to the Discord. Let's try it out. All right, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to try to parry him with only the grass crest shield, which is a harder parry, sure, but any speedrunner will definitely be able to do that, surely. I mean, maybe it takes more stamina is why? I don't know. Does it? I'm just guessing here. Find out. Can you not parry his initial attack? Is that why? Okay, that is a harder parry. Okay. That would have... Okay, so if that was the buckler, I would have gotten it just now. But that was not the buckler. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if I can get this. Maybe it's a tight timing, but... Or is it... It might be that you cannot parry his first attack is why. With the grass crest shield. It might just not be possible because because of the angle of the steps. Whereas the buckler has a bigger parry window, so it allows you to. I don't know. Let's find out. Look at that, chat. I can get him like that, but so you saw I parried him there, but I didn't parry. His opening move might be unparryable, chat. That would make sense, right? That would make sense if that was the case. It's that, or it's so unbelievably precise that it becomes not worth it. Let's see. This is wild, chat. It worked that time. You know why? Did anyone notice what I did? I ran up to him so that he was on stable ground, not on the stairs. When I walk to him, he's on the stairs. Let's see how replicatable this is, chat. And let's try a full run with it if I can replicate this right now. Okay, he starts moving. I start running. Nope. What are these mentions in the Discord I have? Elden Ring discussion? Oh, there was a vote? Unintended. Oh, they're voting about glitches. If it's allowed, no clear guidelines. Technical definition of a glitch is when a program reaches an unintended state due to program errors, bugs. Glitches categories usually extend that idea to me exploiting those bugs. Sorry, chat. I'm reading the. I have a ping here from the Elden Ring Discord. Why am I pinged? Oh, it's definitely at Elden Ring Runner. Hello, fellow runners. I want to gather a bit more fish. Oh, the jellyfish shield bug. That's right. I saw this on my phone. Rarely do I get Discord notifications through to my phone, but this one came through. Uno momento por favor. Where's my Dark Souls 3 help? There it is. Okay. Alright. Try it again. He started walking at me way earlier this time. Okay. Forgot to dodge back. That was bad. That wasn't the grass crush shield. Again, I forgot. Okay, chat, that wasn't... I think we've proven ourselves. I'm going to send this to the Discord. I think we've proven it. I mean, let me get one run of it. But I think we've proven it can work. That was just... I'm not used to the dodge back. When he does the poke, I need to dodge back to get the parry. But I'm just not used to it, chat. It's a completely different motion than what I've done before. And so I'm trying to memorize it. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. This is, you know... See, this is cool, chat. This is where this is the most fun. It's like trying to figure this out. It's interesting how many shields you can parry with in Dark Souls. It's pretty much all of them, right? Whereas in Elden Ring, it's very few shields you can use to parry. Oh, look at that, chat. We got the quit out on the very frame he killed us, so it saved our. We loaded back in mid-death animation. That's a classic right there. Classic. So I think we can surmise the reason. I think running up is bad. I think it's just this is super tight. The reason they don't do this in the actual run is, in fact, it is very tight. It's extremely tight. It's extremely tight, and also it might not be... Your parry frames might start a little too late, and so when he does the quick slash, you're not able to parry it. That might be it. It might be it breaks the script. I'm just, you know, let's just mess around with this a little bit. Because even if I can't use just the Grass Crest shield, I do have an idea. Which is, I could do Buckler at the start and then swap to the Grass Crest shield for the second part. Because the start is the issue, right? I think that what I just said is actually the wave. I think I figured it out, chat. I think I have figured out an idea. And, you know, maybe compare me to the world record. I might get 0.1 milliseconds faster than the world record. Look at that. Look at that, chat. That was nice. That was clean. 1, 2. No, I went the wrong way. What is this move? Right, this is a big combo. Bad. Tell me. Okay. Notice the damage difference in that chat. A lot more damage though. And why? Because of the stamina recovery is so much faster. It just means more damage, killing them faster. Interesting, chat. I like. Ooh, this is interesting. Can we get consistent? Okay, can we get consistent with it though? That was bad. As you can see, I just kind of gave up there. So I was just like, let me try and do this without even looking at him. Let's see if I can just do it from like feeling it out. I don't even have my headphones on, so it's not like I was trying to parry him from sound. I was trying to parry him from vibes. How's a vibe parry? Does anyone know why the Pontiff script for glitchless anybody that uses the buckler at all instead of just pairing with the grass crest shield? There must be a reason that I'm missing. This is this is gonna be. I sent that message in the Discord now, but I think the answer is a very obvious. That the parry frames on the grass crest shield, because the medium shield, are so few that you basically can't follow a script. Is the answer. Like, that was wild. Those were 2 parries I should have had just now. Also, look at that. I just took damage. I just took a whole lot of damage there. Was it a quick slash in the world record we saw? Because he just did a quick slash. Okay. Let's close out of this. Let's go back to what we had before. I want to look at the world record again. I don't remember. It says Sadix. I also don't. So let's go ahead and let me look back. Nope, that's my VOD right there. I'm looking at my own. Dang, hold on. On folks, where is... Here it is. Doesn't remember where I was. Okay. Wait, that was Pontiff. Okay, here's Pontiff in the world record. Here we go. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me... Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. He gets his parry off. He didn't swap to grass crest shield. Wait, what? He gets his other parry off. Wait, hold on. I missed that. I wasn't paying attention. That was the quick slash. Okay. So there's no way to do that with a grass crest shield, I think. Do I have this on 2x speed for some reason? No, I don't. It just looks that way because he's so fast. Watch this. He does the... You know what? I'm going to slow it down. He does the stab. He backs up. And then look, it's the quick slash. Yep. He parries the quick slash. That is not a... Okay. That is a much harder parry, chat. That is a many times harder parry than what I was going for. Well, that explains actually a lot. That explains a lot. Hold on, chat. Let me close this window. Okay, so... That is a much harder parry, but now I know to be ready for it. Okay. I have it in my head. To be honest, I wasn't 100% sure you could parry that move. But now I know. One, two. You see that? That was it. What he just slapped, that speed slash, that was what he... I mean, you have to be so fast to hit that. That is such an insane reaction check. You know it's coming, so I guess you just do it in advance. But the problem is you don't... He delays his move. You never know how soon that next move after the visceral is coming. Unbelievably hard. This may be... It might be so fast. It wouldn't shock me. If the answer was you literally do not have the parry frames with this shield. Great song. That does sound big. I gotta say, chat, eating a giant bowl of bacon, chicken, baked macaroni and cheese, Michelin star quality, right before you have to focus intensely on something with your brain. Maybe not the most ideal. Also, I'm getting really good at parrying by using this bad. By using a medium shield, I am getting way good at parrying. That was just on me. I could have gotten that parry. I could have gotten that one. That was just a... But you see the issue. I had to wait. He delayed. So he was like deciding on the next move he was going to do. And is it 5 seconds? Is it 2 seconds? Is it like, it's not consistent. So you have to react. It is just a straight reaction check. I really like using this the grass crest to parry though. It's really nice because it is so bad at parrying. It's so slow that it really, I know I just said it, but this is training me. Here's the thing, chat. If I can do this consistently with a grass crest shield, I'll never miss a parry again with a buckler. I tried. I hit the button, but I was still in the animation. Oh, I dodged the wrong way. I got it that time. That was the quick one. Take the heal. You just see that damage, bro. Bro, I died because his ghost... Literally, my blindness killed me, chat. Because I can't see the screen well and it's very blurry. His ghost in front of him obscured him and I couldn't... My depth reception just turned off, basically. Is my... Hold on a second. Okay, good. Thought something wasn't working. This is fun, chat. We're figuring things out here. That's the most fun part of speedrunning, is when you have to figure something out. Nope. Ah, I did it wrong again. Did it wrong again. Bro, every time he pokes, this is gonna take a while for me to learn to dodge back. It's like when I had to learn that same thing with Millennia. On chat. Need to get my charger over. But you can keep going a few more times. Dissecting battle mechanics is a lot of fun. Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the most fun parts of these games. There we go. One, two. You see that, chat? I'm just barely not fast enough. You see that? I mean, look at the timing. Like, I'm watching it on the YouTube cam to see just, you know, from the start. I'm rewatching it. I get parry, I get the 2 slashes off, and then he is in his attack animation, and it almost feels like I don't have the time, but I clearly do. It's just unbelievably tight. Maybe I need to pre-fire off the parry. Let's see if it's consistent if I do that. Again, bro, I dodged. I keep dodging into him. You see that, chat? It is such a hard habit for me to break. It is such a hard habit for me to break. If I should see, this is my mistake. I should have watched the world record run from the start, and then I would have known that I was teaching myself a bad habit. And now it is very hard for me to break that bad habit. We're going to break it though. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, that's unbelievably perfect. Okay, so right now, what am I faster than that old speedrun world record? Because I just used the grass crest shield for the entire thing? Maybe. Honestly, we might be. I think this kill might straight up be faster than the world record was 7 years ago. Because I used the grass crest shield. Well, I mean, at the if I had resin on. Genuinely, I think if I had resin on so I didn't need those extra attacks, I think I would have just beaten the world record time on this Pontiff fight. I'm not even joking. Okay, we just proved ourselves, right? We just proved that was it. We just proved. I just proved what I was saying. That you can do it completely with the grass crest shield. Whoa. Okay, now I'm really interested. I'm really interested in what Discord. I'm very interested. How are they going to respond? I want to see, why is the world record not doing this? Also, I realize I posted in the wrong channel. It's not in help. More parry frames so it's easier. Technically doing it with the grass crest would be optimal, but it doesn't really matter. I see. Thank you. It's easier with the buckler. Doing it with grass crest would be optimal, but it doesn't matter. Well, chat, look at us. We're doing it optimal. We're the optimal man. Can you believe it, chat? Okay, so I was right. Chat, I was right. Oh, game crash. Very chat. This is a very type of situation. Because the response I just got is, it makes a lot of sense. It's like, yeah, grass crest shield is optimal, but it doesn't really change anything. The thing is, I have lower damage than the world record run, which is why I like to do it, because it gives me more damage. It gives me that extra stamina is gonna help me kill him, because the world record run has resin. Meanwhile, when I kill him, it'll be like the 18th attempt. But let's be serious. Let's say I'm playing very well. It's still gonna be like the 3rd or 4th attempt when I kill him. You know, I'm not gonna first try him. I might. I hope I do, if the practice pays off, but let's assume that I'm not going to. It'll be the 3rd or 4th try for being conservative about it. And I won't have resin anymore to use against him. So, like, at that point, having the extra time from the grass crest shield does kind of help. Tired, chat. I don't mean to yawn all of your ears. All right. Bro. I'm dead. Got stuck in the corner. I can't get out. Look, he's fully trapped me. Okay. Thank you. I've done it now only one time, and every other time I failed. When he does the poke, I just keep going into it. Again! Chat, I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I don't know what's wrong with my brain, chat. I cannot unlearn this habit. It's driving me up the wall. I just keep dodging in on this one attack. All right, hold on, chat. I need to grab a charger real quick. Hold on. Oh. It's not that I'm lazy. I mean, I'm lazy maybe, but like, I'm so forgetful. You'd think I'd just always, you know, bring my charger over, plug it into the computer, so that I can always have my phone charging while I'm streaming, because it always dies while I'm streaming. And I forget every time. Right, hold on. Oh, I forget every time. And it's one of those things where I wonder in my new setup, in my new house, will I be able to just... Because if I could have my charger, like, equidistant or something from where I sleep to where my setup is, so that I can just pull it over. It's having to fight with your instincts. Overwriting save data in your brain during heat-of-the-moment situations is incredibly challenging. Exactly. And it's even more challenging for me because I'm stupid. I don't know, like, once I learn a behavior, it's very hard for me to change, unlearn it. Why after Night Rain it took so long to stop crouching in Elden Ring. You know, when I was trying to super sprint. Even though that doesn't exist in Elden Ring, only in Night Rain. Hold on, let me tie up. Sorry. How do I... Oh, I'm an idiot. Chat, I'm just a little out of it today, I think. Not as out of it as I've been. You know, on a scale of like 0 to 10 out of itness, where 10 is the most out of it I could possibly be, I would say I'm like a 5? I'm like out of it, but not like crazy out of it. Maybe a 6. You know? Obviously, the longer I stream, the deeper into the out of it. Before I gotta head off. I didn't get to practice Dancer at all, is the thing. But Dancer, I feel a little better at. I don't want to do another practice day tomorrow, chat. I want to just do it, go into a run. Okay, I did it. Chat, I did it right. I don't care. I don't care. Nothing else matters. I did it right. I did it wrong. I did it right, and then okay. Then he did it again, but he caught me. That's so funny. I did it right once, and because I did it right, I forgot how to play. Like, I was like, oh, I got it, and then my brain wiped. That's so funny. That is so funny. Oh, chat. Yeah, so tomorrow I would say we're going to do a full speed run. I think we can get a full one done if I start it right at the beginning of stream. Even if we get a bad time, we'll get a better time than we did on the last one. I mean, look at that, bro. That is such a clean parry with a small window. 1, 2. I thought he was doing the move again. I could have gotten that parry. There. That was it. Okay, that was it. I just badly timed it, but I could have. Ah, okay. Chat. I'm starting to unlearn it. I'm sorry. My brain is starting to work, chat. Okay, hold on. Bro, once I swap back to Buckler, it's going to be like I'm going to feel like a parry, like the Lord of Parries. It's going to feel so easy. And in the speedrun, I'll just use the Buckler, right? Because I'll have the resin. Oh, bro, parries feel so good when the timing is that tight. Bro, elevation memed. He was above me, so the parry missed. Okay. That was it. I did it right though, chat. I dodged back. What I did wrong was I waited to react for his swipe. So it's scripted. When he does the poke, he'll always do the quick slash with the fire sword. I can always parry that. Now, he delays it, but it's scripted that he does it. And so I need to be hitting the parry, I think, before he does the move, because I know it's coming. Instead of what I'm doing, which is trying to react to it. I need to be anticipating it. Okay, we're learning. Nice. Nice, man. 1, 2. Okay, that was it, chat. I was just bad positioning. That was literally it. I did it right. That was really nice, chat. That was it also, but I'm an idiot. Nice. We're learning, chat. Heal. He's up against the wall. It is so nice having the grass crest on, man. Come on. I was like missing it. That was not chat. We are learning it. It's happening. We are learning it. Now, probably tomorrow we'll have unlearned it, but we're learning it. We are learning how to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. I missed the parry, but my timing was right. I think I needed to be closer up against him. It's all angle. If I can get it one time, and so I know it's absolutely possible, even with the extremely short parry window, where even the world record doesn't do this because it's too hard, I'm going to feel nice. I'm going to feel nice about it, chat. I mean, obviously, the world record holder could obviously do this better than I could. They just don't because it's not consistent enough. But still, it'll feel good. Nice. Okay, that was it, but I don't know why I didn't get the parry, to be honest. It had to be positioning, but again? Bro, stop spamming the same move. Dude. What is this RNG, man? You see what I mean? I keep hitting it, but it's not doing the parry. I feel like I got the parry twice in that one fight, but it didn't work. I need some like deep frame by frame analysis of why I'm not getting the parry. Because now I feel like I'm doing it right. Am I too early? No, surely not. It feels like I'm just right. Me being consistent on this parry at the start, though, is like feeling so nice. Chat, we did it. First time ever. World record, haha. You're nothing to me. Get over here. You're kidding me. Okay, I thought my R1 would kill him. My bad. Chat. That was incredible. There it is. Proof of concept. We did it. We parried the quick parry with the grass crest shield, dog. With a medium shield. Okay. That was nice. That was nice, chat. Now we hum the victory theme. Dun 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 dun. That was the good one, man. That was nice, dude. That was really nice. That's okay, chat. If we could get that good, then this guy becomes free with the buckler. He becomes just straight up free. If I could get that good using my grass crest shield, it's like wearing training weights. I love it. If I can get that good using the grass crest shield, then we will never not first try him. Of course, that's only, you know, it's going to take a lot to get that good consistently. We have another hour here. And so I'm thinking about... I don't want to change to Dancer right now. Dancer is the next one I needed the most time on. Dancer and then Wolnir. I feel like I need more time on Wolnir, though, because he's just way more annoying. I don't know. I don't know. This guy... I forgot to attack him. Oh, I forgot he could even give me a normal move. My bad. Okay, come on. That was just positioning meme. I just got positioning memed 8 times in a row with this guy where he missed me. Reset. Come on. You see that? He keeps missing me, bro. Why am I so short? Oh boy. This makes sense. I'm good. Ah. On Wolnir, the Undead Catacomb boss? Yes. Wolnir, we constantly get memed by him. We have serious problems with Wolnir. Like, I get unbelievable RNG against him. Where it's like, he does the most unbelievable, like, perfect combos. And so I need practice against him. Also, we originally practiced against him incorrectly. And so... when we were doing our first speedrun attempt, we ended up stuck against him because we realized we don't have charcoal pine resin. We have charcoal pine bundles. And that really changed the fight, and I was not ready. And so I need to practice. Honestly, one day of practice against Wolnir and I should be fine. See that, chat? I was too close. That was like a Dark Souls 2 meme. I don't know if I can parry that. No, I can't parry this. Maybe you can parry this in the middle of it. I doubt it, though. No. Maybe that. Can you parry that? I feel like I should have been able to parry that, but I just don't know. This is why I wish there was a list of just like, hey, Merity34, thank you for the follow. I didn't get a notification for your follow. I don't know why. I got no notification you followed. Merity, thank you so much for that follow. Oh, I know. I don't have my headphones on. That's why. So I probably did get a... Y'all probably heard the notification for the follow and I did not hear it because I have my headphones off. Merity, we are just practicing for the speed run. Tomorrow we'll do the speed run. Right now we're doing strats that go even beyond what the world record holder does. In other words, they're stupid and you shouldn't do them. It's just, it's not just timing. I have to position so well with this shield. You see that? I took damage as if I was hit there, but we got the parry off. It means it's like the last parry frame or something. Oh, tough. That's not enough damage. I don't know if this ghost is alive or not. I can't hear. I don't have my headphones on, so I can't hear if it's alive. I think I killed it. Okay, that's an interesting little backstep. Yeah. Where did this guy come from? Was he alive the whole time? I don't know what happened there. That is not a Final Fantasy theme moment, but it's something. So do I switch to Wolnir for the last hour and like half hour Dancer, half hour Wolnir maybe? Pontiff is such a problem. But to be fair, so here's the breakdown. On our speed run, we did an hour and 8 minutes on Twin Princes. Now we've really got them down, so I don't think that's gonna happen. Pontiff was 25 minutes. Dancer 22, Wolnir 16. Deacons were 13 minutes, by the way. Maybe just Wolnir. Yeah, Dancer took us longer than Wolnir, but Wolnir is the one where like we need to get used to how it's supposed to be. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So for Wolnir, we have a very interesting scenario. Why does the game keep crashing? I think Dancer will take longer than what time you have left. You're probably right about that. Wolnir is more straightforward. You make a very good point. Yeah, that's a good argument. I agree. All right, I'm convinced. Wolnir it is. That is like the 8th game crash today, by the way. I will say, using the new OBS, we haven't had the internet issue yet. You know, knock on wood, that I've not cursed myself just now. All right, let's think this through. When I get to Wolnir, what level is my twin blade at? Let's think. We've at least picked up... We pick up 4... No. I pick up 2 Titanite. No, I think I fully upload... It's the Grave Warden Ashes in the Catacombs of Karthus. They give you Titanite shards, right? Sadix, do you know? The Grave Warden Ashes that you get from Catacombs of Karthus, they allow you to buy infinite Titanite shards. Am I correct? In other words, I should have a +3 weapon at that point. What did I just do? Don't save. Yeah, I just messed something up there. Checking. I'm checking as well. I'm checking my notes on like what levels. Because I think I'm correct, but hold on. I accidentally closed the page is the thing. Wolnir. Where is Wolnir? Here it is. Buy 6 Titanite. Yeah. No, I'm correct. Grave Warden Ashes do buy. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So then, in other words, I should have a twin blade that is. Let's see. +3 still. Yeah. Titanite shards. So because I get 12 shards, so that's +2. Wait. No, it's +1 for 2. +2 is 6. +3 is 12. So +3 sharp cell sword twin blades is correct. Let me just do some math in my head. Hold on one second, chat. +4 is 2 large. +5 is 4 large. +6 is 6 large. +7 is 2 chunks. +8 is 4 chunks. +9 is 6 chunks. +10 is slab. Okay, yes. Okay, we're doing the math right. Okay, so then I actually have the right thing for this boss, funny enough. Now all I need is my charcoal pine bundles. Grandma. Oh, Grandma. I'd like some bundles, please. So here's where we made a mistake, chat. Right here. When we... Look, you notice we have 600 of these in our inventory? That was the mistake we made. Because we pick these up in the house in Undead Burg or whatever. Undead Settlement. And they don't have resin. They have bundles. And bundles are very different in how they act. So I practiced with the wrong thing, and it totally screwed me up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my charcoal. How do I get rid of these? Organized storage box. Perfect. Switch box. Resin. I have no way to delete these, do I? I guess I just have to not be stupid. Okay, that's fine. I can not be stupid. Surely. Bundle. Oop. Bundle. Okay. I think this is all right. No, it's not. Obviously, my dex is wrong. What is my dex before Wolnir, though? I don't know. I have no idea what my dex is before Wolnir. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I don't know. I think it was like 29. Okay, I'm running into a little bit of an issue here, which is I don't know what my dex is supposed to be. I'll make it 29 here. I think that's correct, maybe. I think I remember 29. But now, this is what happened last time, where I was wrong, and then I practiced way too overpowered. Hi, Lord Wolnir. The nightmare himself. God, I hate this guy. This is definitely... Wolnir and Deacons, man. Which one do I hate more? Wait, what? Oh. Which do I hate more, chat? Do I hate Wolnir or do I hate Deacons? Hard to say. Like, everything in this run is awesome except for Wolnir and Deacons, honestly. Everything is super fun. Deacons are just not... I mean, like, Wolnir is fun when you, like, blast through him and you don't fail. Then he's okay, because, you know... I'm wondering if this is how I'm supposed to do it. I get 4 bundles. Dead. I have no HP, by the way, in this fight. So... Killed him. I maybe would have lived with like a few HP. Deacons, I have fun with Wolnir, but Deacons are like filing your taxes. I don't have fun. I don't like this boss, bro. Wolnir is a gimmick boss. Hit the things, break them. And then when he summons, I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Deacons, I'm not saying... It's like, I don't think I can rank one over the other. Both are equally just horrible. Also, I need to be selecting this, no, assuming I'll die. I hate both. It's funny because we talk about how perfect a lot of Elden Ring haters will talk about how perfect Dark Souls 3 bosses are. And they're right for the most part, obviously. Okay, I should have done it that early. But like... I mean... You know. Look, you see the bundle's already worn off. There we go. Okay, I thought that would kill me. Okay, that did it. That was really nice. I mean... Okay, this is cool. It's at... Look at this. You can do the jump, but it usually doesn't roll you because you're at a perfect angle. I love that. I love... There's something so satisfying in Dark Souls and any of the Dark Souls games when you do the jump and you don't roll like that. Like when you perfectly angle it so you do the jump and just land flat. You know, which saves you time from the roll animation. It just feels so nice, dude. I don't know how to explain it. It just tickles that part of my brain. Here's the issue with Wolnir. It's like I have one shot, basically, to get him right. Okay, so I need to not be doing it that fast. Because now, look, now I'm just wasting my, Oh, no, I got it. Nice. Oh, you're not tricking me. You see what he's doing? Got him. Except once I'm... Now let's change it to the... Let's change it to what it's really like, chat. All right, this all... Wow. You're thinking, wow, Dan. Wow. Wow, Dan. This is fake. Let me show you what it's really going to be like. Watch my Vig. I'm supposed to, when I fight a Wolnir, I have no vigor. That's the difference, chat. Now let's try it. Obviously, you can't do it in a speedrun, but I like to fight Wolnir by killing him as opposed to breaking the bracelets. That's awesome. Yeah, then, okay. Actually, but even then, I think he's not exactly built for that, so it's not exactly an entertaining boss fight. Chat, now we want him to kill us here, so I'm gonna just walk into him here and let him die. There we go. The reason I wanted to die is I wanted to lose my ember. And now let's see what it's like, chat. All right, let's see. This is how it is. No Vig. Let's see, because I keep taking damage. It looks easy when you have all that vigor. Let's see if we can do it without the vigor, man. Here we go. First one ran out already. Bro, yep, now this bundle's gonna run out. Somehow it becomes like it's somehow when you don't have the Vig, it becomes harder. Like all of a sudden, and I mean harder as in like, it's as if not having the Vig. Okay, well we did it that time. It's as if not having the Vig makes it so like I choke easier. That's the way to put it. I guess it becomes scarier is the reason. I don't know if you're following a script, Dan, but if I might suggest something, please let me hear what you have to suggest, my friend. Your opinion is highly valued. How do I turn off Ember? There's got to be a way. I'm sorry. Sorry, Egon. Ember. No. I can just Ember over and over again, but I can't remove my Ember. Is there a button I can do to kill my... die? Unfavorable roll, infinite poise. One shot, no death, no damage. I'm looking for a die button. This would just be really nice to look. RTSR. SHP. There's no just die button, unfortunately. I guess the mod, they're like, why would anyone need that for practice? When I fight him, I find it easier to take out the bracelet on the left hand first, then focus on the two on his right. You know, that kind of makes sense. I'm down. Let's try it. I'm going to die on purpose here, chat. I'm going to die on purpose. I'm going to just run into his chest. There we go. I wanted to lose the Ember. I don't know. In the mod, I don't know the faster way to lose the Ember. All right. I'm gonna try it because Sadix, that makes a lot of sense to me. He does present his other hand much easier, so I like the idea. It feels like that would be good. Okay, did I hit him? I did. I hit him for 90, so I did hit him. Bro, it's just... Dude, this is the problem with bundles, is they wear off so fast. Oh, already wore off. And I only have, like... Okay, and then... Yeah, man. Sadix, I think you might have figured out the sauce. Bro, I'm gonna end up killing him without the bracelets. Wait, switch right to left and vice versa. I knew what you meant though. Sadix, I think you might have just solved my problem. I struggle with this boss a lot, and I think you just solved it. I think you might have just solved it. I think you might have just solved it. I think you did it, bro. I think we have an MVP in the chat right now. Let's try it without the resin. Now, unfortunately, my health is wrong. Okay, come on. Okay, he immediately does the getaway move. Okay, that was nice. Yeah, dude, okay. Maybe. Assuming I don't have too much dex right now and I'm actually wrong. Okay, bro. Dadex, all of a sudden you've solved my life's problems. Homie, I think you did it. I think straight up. That was a close one, chat. I forgot fighting him with low vig. That's usually the best strategy. It's been a minute since I've done a low vig. Yeah, there's no. I'm supposed to have no vig because I'm not. I won't. It's likely I won't be embered here, and so literally I have not put one level in vig at this point. This is just a no vig. You know, 0 levels in vig. I mean, I shouldn't be getting hit at all, right? So I think you've cracked one of my problems here. Here's the question, Sadix. Will I remember this? I think I have to put this in my guide. It's just that hand goes into the ground and it's so annoying. Oh, that was the double. I easily could have died to that. I didn't realize that was a double. Bro, what is happening right now? He has not put that hand down yet until now. Yeah, I died that time. That's what I mean by that. Like that RNG was unhinged. Like he did not put his hand down. He just spammed attacks with that specific hand over and over again. Like that is an unusual thing to happen. And if that happens, it's just over for me. And then if I've used my resin, and I'm relying on it, I'm in trouble. So 1. I missed. Guess it makes sense, right? It baits this because I'm on this side. It makes sense that I'm baiting that. Yep, dead. Okay, hold on. You see what I mean? This is how I get all of a sudden in a loop fighting him for 4 hours. Because if he just gives me bad RNG with his opening moves, he just traps me. This is the worry. Okay, how did that miss? I mean, his hand was in the ground. And look, he's just doing the same move over and over again. Nice. It's like he's just doing this. Like, there we go. It's RNG what if he gives me a move that just totally wrecks me. I used to remember it through a pneumatic device. Darn it. One, 2 equals arm. Bracelet, and then arm with 2 bracelets. Sorry, what? 1, 2 equals arm with 1 bracelet, then arm with 2 bracelets. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't completely get it. My brain bad. Smooth brain man. Smooth brain man. Bad brain man. Smooth. That's my response to you. That's how I feel about it. Chad, I think I'm losing it. I think I'm at the point where I think I'm tired. Chad, I have mashed potatoes coming. So it's like impossible to hit his hand over there. So I should just like get close to him immediately, maybe. It's like so impossible to hit him. Can I break the ring on his finger? Imagine that. There we go, and then it's just over. If I can just get that broken, it's over. Yeah, because the other arm, this arm is just free. Dead. You became part of the dark. It's funny how like I've literally watched every Dark Souls video Vati ever put out, and yet I don't remember so much of the lore. Like I forget the lore of Wolnir pretty extensively. I know he was one of the evil kings who like was a greedy man. Okay, that time I got a couple hits on him. See that realization? I didn't even have to dodge. You just have to be close to him for that. Nice. Like it feels like we're fighting the Abyss, but this is definitely not the Abyss. I don't think Wolnir is related to the Abyss. But it feels like the Abyss, but it's not. This is like some other thing. Really? Like, what is this space that you fight in? Where is this? Does your carry weight distribution allow you to wear his crown while doing the speedrun? That would look dope. The answer is I don't think so, because I get very close to being out of light roll range at times, and because 30%, so I think I literally couldn't wear it. Also, his crown, you have to wait. His crown you have to trade his soul for, right, Sadix? Or am I wrong? Because I need his soul for levels. Those are crucial levels his soul gives me. Or am I wrong? Also, you would have to use the transposing kiln, which we never get. Wait, so then you must be saying no. Where is his crown? How do you get his crown? Remind me. Sorry. Okay, we got one hit off. Bracelets are what keep him from falling into the abyss. His light falls when you break his bracelets. Is this the abyss? So the bottom of this thing is the abyss, but where is it? Like, we're right next to the door of Irithel. I believe he purchased his crown from the Shrine Handmaid. It's not a transposing item. I think you're right. How much is his crown? It's I mean, it's a boss thing, so it's probably expensive. And I'm like to the I'm to the soul on some of my levels, so I don't know that I don't got anything to spare. It feels like, you know, I feel like if I was better, then the answer would be like for sure that's a great idea to be drippy. I'd love that, but I think I'm just too bad. I'm curious if I can punish this. I can. Okay, so he started to do his death breath, and it seems I can still kill him even if he does that. $30K? Okay, yes, that's definitely too much. That would be sacrificing multiple level ups. Absolutely, that's too much. If I was better off, yes, for sure. It's like the bottom of his arena doesn't look like the abyss, though. I can't wait until we are good enough to do all bosses speedruns, man. That's the fun. That's the dream. All bosses of all the games. You see, that would have killed me because I'm not embered when I'm here. So I have to be very careful. I can't be getting greedy. Broke the bracelet, but took damage. I died to that exact thing. Where did he get the bracelets, huh? Who gave them to him? What is he, Manus' grandson or something? Why'd he get so big? How is he such a big boy, Chad? Bro, he's memeing me. There we go. Why a Wolnir big boy? Yeah, I don't like the way the Abyss is portrayed in DS3. DS1 did it much better. This really is supposed to be the Abyss? I don't know about that though. The Ring City DLC, the lore of the Abyss that you get from the Ring City DLC, I think is fantastic. I think it's really fantastic. That said, I think it's a situation. Maybe you're right in that in DS1 the Abyss looks better. But in DS3, I think in DS3, the Abyss is cooler. In DS1, it looks cooler. In DS3, the lore of it is cooler. Does that make sense? Yep, the Abyss is what's below him. The Abyss Watchers keep the Abyss contained there. Right, they're over Wolnir. But by the time the Ashen One gets there, it has begun to seep out and contaminate the Watchers. I vaguely remember all of this. Chat, I am cooked, man. I know I'm supposed to stream another 30 minutes, chat, but like my brain is a little... You're very healthy, Grandma. See, this grandma here has been eating her vitamins and going to the doctor, unlike my grandma. What about you, bro? Man's healthy? I know that's just a practice dummy. She's the classic. She has no health. You're meant to be able to kill her.
What is wrong?
I'm sorry. I have never heard that dialogue before. Hold on one second. I gotta put my headphones on. I want to listen to him say... Was he the one who said Ashen One what's wrong? Oh, it must have been the Firekeeper. Okay, I thought Patches said Ashen One what's wrong, and I was like, what? He would never say that. What do you do in the mod? Increase game cycle to NG+1. I see. Is Ludlith here? No, he's a skull. Fascinating stuff, folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy is just toast. My brain is a slurry right now, and so I don't know what happened exactly to turn my brain into such an absolute mess, but I am just, there is no thoughts going on in brain right now, chat. I have no brain thoughts, and so I'm just looking over my stuff real quick. Hold on, I'm just leaking my my docs again real quick. Stand by, let me just leak this to everyone here. Here, everyone take a copy of my docs real quick. There you go. All right. Is there a way to order the tomatoes? Wait, what? That was a message from the start of stream. I was reading about when we were talking about tomatoes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, big news. Okay, before you go, listen. Tomorrow, I should be streaming same time, same place, same Doldrum Dam, but I'm not 100% sure. There's many possibilities in life, chat. For all I know, tomorrow I'll be streaming from the capital. For all I know, tomorrow your boy will not be streaming. Even though it's Saturday, we have a dentist appointment, like I said, and it's a big one at like maybe the best dentist in the country. And so I have a feeling I'll be waiting in line. Let's see. I would not be shocked if I wouldn't be shocked if I'm extremely late or miss tomorrow. Good stream, Dan. Progress being made. I think so. Tomorrow, you know what? I think I will make it probably, but we'll see what happens. Here's all I know. Next stream, which should be tomorrow, I will be doing a speed run. I think we did enough testing. I think I need to do a speed run is the thing, chat, because here's what I've learned. I have learned that if I practice for too many days in a row, I forget the prior stuff. And so then I go into the speed run and I've forgotten the stuff I didn't practice. And so I need to keep doing the full speed run where I touch on everything so that I don't become rusty on anything, basically. And it's just repetition. I got to do it over and over again. Like, we addressed the stuff that is like really bad for sure. But everything else. Okay, also left bracelet first. Let me add that to the guide real quick. Thank you again, Sadix, for the suggestion on left bracelet. How much issue does Dancer give you? Not that much. It's funny because Dancer gave almost as much time loss as Pontiff did. More than Wolnir. But it still doesn't feel... Because Dancer is so fair that it just doesn't feel like... I don't struggle on Dancer like I do on any of the other bosses. You know what I mean? It's like Dancer could take me 10 hours and yet I'd still feel better about Dancer than any other boss. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. Let me just real quick. Let's see. Where is Wolnir in my guide? Here it is. Fight Charcoal on. Fight Wolnir. Left single bracelet first. All right, I have added that point. Thank you, Sadix. That is all thanks to you that we added that point. So I really appreciate you, genuinely, because that was a lot more annoying until you said that, dude. So you just saved me a lot of heartache, my friend. Really appreciate you, bro. But anyway, folks, I'll see y'all tomorrow, if not the next day, but definitely one of those two. I would give it about a... Chat, I'd give it about an 80% chance you see me tomorrow. Maybe 75, all right? But y'all have incredible rest of your days, evenings, afternoons, nights, mornings, whatever it is. I am Doldrum Dan, and I'll see y'all when I see you. Six is no problem, but I got to mix up. The singular is on his right. Yeah, I know you did, but I knew what you meant, though, the whole time. I knew what you meant.